This is a one-time thing. We are going to react to all 96 Mario Kart 8 Deluxe 150cc world records. This will help us learn the most game-breaking strategies and masterclass shroomless shortcuts. Expect to see lots of Yoshi Bitty Buggy roller wheels today, but there are a handful of exceptions, and this leads to some very surprising moments. Right off the bat, we have a complete anomaly of a world record. And I have the statistics page up right now while doing this commentary. So what's interesting about this world record is number 1, Wario, number 2, Crimson Slim Wheels, number 3, Mach 8. This is so different than almost every world record on the page. All 96 of them, for the most part, use like Yoshi or a counterpart of Yoshi, and then the roller or Azure roller wheels, and the Teddy Buggy or one of the Fast Me Turbo combos, like the Bitty Buggy. So this is probably the only Wario record we're gonna see. I think there's one Funky Kong world record. I, glanced at the page at the beginning just to see what was going on, but 88 out of the 96 world records use the roller or Azure roller wheels. And then here we have the Slim Wheels. So such a great one to start on, and it's one of the longest tracks in the game. In fact, it might be the longest. I think it's either this one or Maple Treeway. But the last time I did this video, it was like 2.5 hours, and there were only 88 tracks. Only 88 tracks. I have never watched the world records on 150cc for Wave 6. I didn't even plan to make this video, but there's been some really cool strat changes I've learned about via YouTube Shorts from other creators, and it really piqued my interest. So I'm sure we'll see a few of them today in the world records. One of them being Piranha Plant Cove, which is coming up very soon. So we still have one more lap to go here, and I am trying to get to 30,000 VR, so we need every advantage we can get. And if it means that I have to use Yoshi on the final hour against Rod and now Shortcat, who has entered the race, then I'll have to do what I have to do. And since most of the world records are going to be using Yoshi main turbo heavy combos anyway, that'll be the best way for me to learn. So not going to learn as much on this one, although we already learned quite a bit from Shortcat when we did the video where we went through like advanced strategies and shortcuts. They weren't all shortcuts. Some of them were more like ways to manipulate the speed of your vehicle, like the trolley hop on Toad Harbor, which was really cool. But yeah, this world record looks really good. It's just interesting to see this combo. I wanted to make this video earlier, but 96 tracks is a lot. It's just way more than every other Mario Kart game. So these take like my entire day to film. So if you enjoy the reaction style content for time trials, then please hit the like button. I will make more. These are really fun to make, and I always learn so much, and then we get to experience these crazy shortcuts and strats together for the first time. And here we are. Yoshi, Bitty Buggy, roller wheels. Gonna be seeing a lot of that today. Epic thwomp trick. So cool how you can do that. So many secret trickable spots in this game. Also secret coin locations. Whoa! What? What? I've never seen that before. I was not expecting that whatsoever. At first I was very confused with the main turbo strat. It didn't make any sense to me until they rode the rail there. It's funny how they can just bounce off the wall, ricochet, and keep their speed. It's very Mario Kart Double Dash-esque. In Mario Kart Wii, you would go down to 0 kmh immediately. So interesting. Another thwomp trick. We haven't seen this world record using the other rail, but they are using this rail. It's actually so cool you can even do that. It is super slender, it's elevated. You wouldn't think that that would work. But Nintendo had so much more leniency when creating the Booster Course Pass tracks and the Wii U DLC tracks than they did with the original 32. I think they figured out people like advanced strats, they like shortcuts. It gets them more views on social media, it gets the game more popularity, so on and so forth. And beautiful, just diving off the edge at the end. That is such a cool world record. I am going to put the link to the website with the 150cc world records in the description if you want to see all of the times and then watch the videos individually and who does each world record run. Looking at the current, this is on May 25th when I'm recording this, the current world record holder Page says that Vincent has the most with 20, Alberto has 16, Army 13, Panda 11. Those players have over half of the world records, just those 4 combined, which is really insane. Just shows the dominance. All right, this is really cool. We have the Streetle here, and 10 coins. The thing about Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Time Trials is it is cool how the laps look different, despite, you know, generally being the same each time. Like Mario Kart, most of the time you watch lap 1 of a time trial world record, you've seen it all for the most part. It's usually a 1-1-1 shroom strat, and there's no coins, so it's not like there's any reason to go wide at any part of the track. It's all about the consistency, but it's so different with Mario Kart 7 and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Like, you have to take wide lines in time trials. It's just so different than any other Mario Kart game. I guess the original had coins, and I think Super Circuit only had coins in like GP mode. I don't think it had coins in time trials. Could be wrong on that. It's been such a long time since I had time trial of that game. And it's interesting not using the half pipes at all, but then snaking up a storm and then releasing the main turbo off the ramp, which is such a good strat in this game. Managing to get an orange main turbo, this is such a beautiful strat. I have a lot to learn on this track. Out of the 3 we've seen so far, there's a lot I can implement watching this world record into my online play that would be extremely helpful. I mean, even just the way they do the shortcut is really interesting. I always start a drift before I use the mushroom, but it seems like it's not the right play. The name on this one is AW, but I see a Spanish flag, so I'm pretty sure this is Alberto, just like the last world record on Rosalina's Ice World. I'm extremely excited for this one. There's a lot of cool strats on this track. There's even an insane hidden coin spot I never knew about. I don't think it'll be utilized in the world record. It's a little bit out of the way, but maybe I will make another YouTube short and show off some more secret spots in this game like I've been doing recently. Shrimless shortcut here potentially, and yeah, this is the first Yoshi Scooty world record we've seen. Okay, never mind. Purple main turbo, burned a shroom, 2 shrooms left. Oh yeah, another thing why the world records look different each lap in this game is because there's so many city tracks. It's like it feels like there's 120 tracks in this game for real. All right, just snaking up a storm. I really like how snaking is back. Like, when this game first came out, didn't really see it too much in the world records, didn't see people doing it too much online, but with these heavy main turbo combos being so viable, it's a beautiful thing to watch. It's a lot of fun. Even though it's not the manual main turbos that we're used to from Mario Kart Double Dash and Mario Kart DS, it's still back. By the way, the hidden coin spot is all the way to the right. Oh, that's cool. You can get the trick there. Land super inside, cut that really tight, drifting off the ramp, and just releasing a main turbo right as you trick and going off a ramp, it just shoots you forward. Even though it's not like the level of a super bounce like you get on DK Jungle, it still is extremely useful and something to always try to do. Hold your main turbo a little bit longer just to release it off a ramp while you trick, and it works wonders. All right, this is the final shroom right here, and it looks like an orange main turbo combo. Another orange. It's interesting, there's quite a few times where Alberto is going for an orange main turbo instead of trying to wait a little longer for the purple. I think it's just better to chain oranges together than try to hold a purple for a really long time. Ooh, another Streetle world record. I used the Streetle in a video recently, and I was extremely impressed with how good it was. I'm like, wow, I don't see people use this vehicle that much online, but it feels like a top 5 vehicle in the game. And this just further cements my feelings on it. Definitely gonna be using the Streetle more and trying it out. I mean, it's fun to change your combo in this game, you know, especially like when you're doing badly in a worldwide, you change your combo and it's like, all right, let's try having more acceleration, or let's try having more speed. Let's see if it works better in this room. Oh, here it is. Oh my. Wow. How does Lakitu not grab you for that? But he grabs you for everything else. That was unreal. There's also another one at the end of the level, the one that Shortcat taught me in our collab. So I'm excited to see that one too, to see what it looks like done to perfection. And then, yeah, tricking off ramps while releasing a blue main turbo. We're seeing that in almost every world record. Okay, it's coming up right here. You get an early trick, you drift, and you go between the sea kelp, I don't know what that is, and the stone structure, holding a, oh, purple main turbo on that corner, and now we're headed to the left. I can't believe he didn't hit the wall right there. And then 2 mushrooms and we're pretty much at the end of the level, so where's the last one gonna be used? Maybe on the very last corner? Not entirely sure. Nice low trick. Another blue mean turbo and oh yeah, this is always so satisfying. I love doing that on Water Park, just getting the purple mean turbo as you're floating before you land, and a nice streamless shortcut to top things off. Here we are, at last. Yoshi, rollers, Teddy Buggy. There's a lot of Teddy Buggy world records on the page I'm looking at, so it's surprising that on the 6th track we finally see the Teddy Buggy. But anyway, this is gonna be a fun one. Wow, what a glider strat, so satisfying. I really wish it was easier to utilize motion gliding online. It is if you use the GameCube controller from what I've seen, but with the Pro controller it doesn't seem like it's easy. Maybe there's a way to do it, I forget. I'm not sure what percentage of top players are able to use motion controls in a worldwide race and not have to like toggle the start button to turn it on and off. Lots of main turbos. Oh, that's the Mario Kart Wii strat. That's so cool. That little cobblestone skip. And then I really like how much lenience there is with the glider range when you're in the air there. That's so nice. And then it's kind of nice to see who is this? Yeah, this is Vincent, just being able to just floor the cones. Like the cones stand no chance. They don't even move here at all, which means I don't think the cones can even affect you, which is awesome. Like in Mario Kart Wii, if you hit the cones at the wrong angle, you lose all your speed. It's like hitting a wall. This is so nice. I really like this track so much better in this game. It's one of my like top, like I'd say like top 30, top 40, like which is really good in this game, but it's like bottom 5 in Mario Kart Wii. I will eventually make a tier list for the tracks, but I want to play them enough to really have a solid opinion on them. And I feel like I still kind of suck at the Wave 6 ones. This is one I'm so excited for. Like, this track is another one that I like more in this game than Mario Kart Wii. And it's a good track in Mario Kart Wii, but it's also a terrible track in Mario Kart Wii. Like, the mountain section is a joke. I spent years learning how to do it, so I really have the advantage on it when I play Mario Kart Wii, but there's so much tech on this level, and it's a more consistent track, but still has really cool shortcuts. Plus, the gap cut is not nearly as broken. It's really good in this game. I'm excited to see what strats are used. Probably something here. Well, okay, going for the coins. I bet lap 2 is gonna look a little different. Oh, okay, I need to remember that. Getting a left drift out before entering the shortcut. Oh, and getting a triple trick. I wonder if they're like shake tricking or something. I'm not sure. I think the mushroom was used at the beginning. I looked at the camera and kind of missed the mushroom spot, but it looked like a mushroom was used and then just started the drift in the mud. And then right here, wow, doesn't even go for the trickable region for the first ramp, which is very reminiscent of Mario Kart Wii. In Mario Kart Wii, it's better not to even use any of them, which is funny. Granted, using the second one is not too bad. Yes, okay, I love doing that online. I'm really glad to see that is used in the world record. Such a good strategy. This one's amazing to watch. And let's see what this shroom spot looks like again. I missed this last lap. Yeah, okay, so releasing the Bloomy Turbo as the shroom is running out and then chaining another one, and wow, such good lines. Lap 2 was ridiculous right here. This corner seems like it's one of the toughest ones. It seems like one of the least consistent ones. I could be wrong, but that's how this is in Mario Kart Wii. Like what is that? That is so different than how I've ever done that strat online. And I just learned how to do that recently. So I'm pretty blown away right now. And then this is the #1 thing I'm gonna change when I start playing this track online again. Brake drift, rise your release main turbo, switch directions, and then you'll have a way better landing zone. The Biddy Buggy has like 48. I tried to count really fast. I think it's 48 out of the 96 world records. And you know, Mr. Scooty, same stats, different hitbox, right? But still, Mr. Scooty has world records also, so it really shows the dominance on time trials. And it's almost surprising this isn't the meta combo online. Granted, It seems like it's becoming Scooty more and more every day. I don't know if that's true or not. I know the Teddy Buggy dominated last year, and it's still dominant, but it's not quite what it used to be. That was an amazing shroom spot. Oh my gosh, I forgot you could trick off those. I never do that. I need to remember that. Wow, this is really satisfying. It's been so fun watching these because I've never watched the first 8 in this video. I wanted to start with wave 6. I'm just doing all of them backwards because, you know, that was like my main motivation for doing this. I was like, I never got to watch those world records, and I didn't plan on making this video, but I do want to learn as much as possible, and it is really fun to watch these. The more I've watched them and just understand how time trialing works in this game, it's incredible, like what these players are able to do. And wow, I haven't played this track in so long, I completely forgot about this section. I almost felt like I hadn't even seen that section before. I don't even remember the last time I played this track online. I really just don't know the layouts of the Wave 6 ones. It's sad. I have Madrid down mostly, but I don't really have Piranha Plant Cove Lap 3 down or Rome Avanti Lap 2 and 3 down at all. It's so funny. Oh my gosh, didn't even hit the off-road at all. Unbelievable. Another reason I realized that I had to make this video is almost every single world record has been improved since we last made this video. That's insane. And you know, part of the reason why is because of the stat changes that happened in Wave 4. Like, there's only one world record out of all 96 here that has lasted like over 500 days. I looked, and there's an 800-day Donut Plains 3 world record, and it uses one of the baby characters. So I'm guessing that like the baby characters, like the stat changes are so negligible compared to, you know, it wasn't gonna change and become Yoshi for that track, and Yoshi and all the counterparts like Peachette, Peach, Daisy, and Birdo all got the biggest buffs. So that's really interesting. That's what I'm assuming happened, because every other world record has been improved. There's a couple that have lasted like 400 days, and there's one that lasted 800 days, and most of these are under 100 days since they've been improved. Shortcut here. Okay, just neutrally going into it. Releasing that main turbo super early, somehow getting another main turbo off the glider ramp last second. I still remember the moment I realized that main turbos release on their own when you do the glider strat correctly. That was an aha moment for me for sure. And we still got one more lap here. Let's see what happens. Just probably a bunch of snaking, I'd imagine. 3, 4. Wow. I didn't realize you can get main turbos that fast. That is completely bonkers. Orange plus another, oh no, a purple. Wow, orange and purple on that corner. That's ridiculous. And another blue main turbo after the trick, or I guess kind of simultaneous with the trick. Again, we see this strat used in almost every world record. It's a super slidey track here, so you cut that extremely inside. Really impressive. And gonna squeak out a blue main turbo and another one before the end. These Bitty Buggy world records are some of the most satisfying to watch, or Mr. Scooty. Just like the amount of snaking that happens and the rate at which blue main turbos can be chained together, it's really ridiculous. I don't think Nintendo expected this at all. Like, snaking is back. It's like it never left. You know, in regular Mario Kart 8, we saw fire hopping and the demon sliding. Here, we got legit snaking. Those techs obviously got removed, but this is still really impressive. All right, it's so interesting how spin boosting is just almost never utilized. Like, could have easily hit the spin booster, completely ignored it. I'm starting to believe spin boosting actually slows you down. It seems very situational. It's very strange. Nintendo should have made spin boosting more fun. I like how you could just go over the off-road here and then clip the fence and chain a main turbo. Anything to release a blue main turbo while you trick off a ramp. That's what I've learned. It is just such a fast strategy. You want to try to make it happen at any point possible, as much as possible. So right here, the spin boost, maybe comboing off a drift actually is really good, but then maybe you could like charge your main turbo faster because of like how the spin boosting makes your vehicle spin, obviously, and then you can hold like a hard right there and charge it without drifting as tight. Like a soft drift almost? I don't know, because they ignored the one on the straightaway, but they used the one on the turn. It could also just be the placement of it. So that was really interesting. I mean, we saw them hit the fence before, and this time they cut it so much more inside. I'm sure that hitting the fence was a mistake. I can't imagine that's actually faster. And then just a very simple strategy down the pipe, which is surprising. In Mario Kart Wii, we always see the most ridiculous strats like the detach, or we see like releasing a main turbo down the pipe, just holding one the entire time. And then here we have the Shroomless shortcut on the waterfall and another main turbo. Really impressive. Oh, we got the Streetle again. I think this is the third time the Streetle has shown up. I wonder how many world records the Streetle has. Only one way to find out. 7. It looks like it has 7 world records. Really good. That's probably the 3rd or 4th most of any vehicle frame in the whole game. And then jump on the boost panel. Oh, use a mushroom there. Okay, I was getting ready for the Shroomless strat. All right. Going wide for the coins, of course. Getting a purple and then blooming turbo. Another trick. Just landing inside. Nothing too fancy. And then a really common strat we see is just you know, the neutral hop and then the slide hop, and then that puts your angle a little diagonal, and then you can charge a blooming turbo on a straightaway. I love that strat. I do that one quite a bit online. Oh, that was so clean. 10 coins, of course, makes it a little easier. I need to cut that tighter. I'm realizing right now, I do not cut that tight enough. I don't get the trimless cut nearly to that level. I didn't realize you could shave like 2 seconds every lap. That was absurd. I have to say, I mean, the 150cc world records are actually more fun to watch than the 200cc world records. I enjoy playing 200cc more online, but the 150 ones are fascinating. Oh, I knew it, I knew it. There is something with this game and releasing a main turbo the second you clip a wall where you just kind of jolt forward. I'm seeing it a lot. I mean, we saw it in Koopa Cave. I don't know if it was intentional, I don't know if it was faster, but we see it again here. And I could really see how it could help get you out of the off-road. Something that's mildly interesting is the paper glider is used on almost every world record, but there is one that uses the parachute and one that uses the flower. But yeah, and a couple that use the cloud glider, which is my favorite glider. But yeah, paper glider reigns supreme. Also, what was that? They purposely hit the wall and they bounced off it and they shot forward a little bit. There is something with this game with main turboing or using a mushroom where you can use the walls to your advantage. Something I did not anticipate, something I never really paid attention to all that much the first time we reacted to all these world records. Now that I have a lot more experience under my belt, not only in the game, but also watching the world records, I'm starting to pick up on more things, which is great. All right. Another wall hit. There's so many of them. I'm starting to believe it's intentional. It has to be. There has to be something there. You don't obviously want to hit the wall too hard, you'll lose too much speed, but if you just clip it a little bit, it's like you ricochet, and it's very helpful. Also, landing up top is the way to go. It really helps you get the blooming turbo off that trick ramp. I never do that part right. It's a little bit difficult. Definitely have to learn that. This is one of my favorite tracks, so I really do want to get better at this one. And this is an orange main turbo. Okay. Managed to evade that. Beautiful. This is gonna be a purple probably. Oh, no glider. Wow. I think I'm gonna still use the glider online. It's probably just marginally faster. And these are incredible lines. Pitch perfect snaking, 10 coins. I bet the glider's faster if you don't have as many coins. Wow, love that one. Another one that I've been anticipating. I'm sure we'll see something new here. I mean, we've seen quite a few new strats already. Some very surprising things. So, we're in store for a lot more. I can guarantee that. Alright, not doing the shortcut over the screw. I'm guessing it was to get coins. I'm sure we'll see it next lap. Purposely hitting that. Although I thought they were gonna hit the wall for a moment. I think that might just be here, coin related, but anyway, let me get back to watching this. There's just so much to digest. Even though the runs are longer, I still feel like I can't even get out all my thoughts during these runs. The 200cc ones, it felt impossible. I feel like I get like 4 thoughts out and the run is over. I can get like 8 thoughts out on these. Shortcut time. Yes, and you gotta hold the main turbo. I have learned a few things over the last couple months. And this is ridiculous too. This whole thing is ridiculous. And this time we're going all the way to the left instead of the right. This looks the complete 180 of what we just saw last lap. And then, wow, the lowest of low tricks. And a purple! I was ready for the scissors clip, but we are hitting the top of the sink. Another super low trick. It's one of the most satisfying world records. I'm really curious why the Streetle is used. Maybe it has good underwater properties. That's my guess. Yeah, it does feel really fast underwater. Might start using this vehicle more. It feels great to use this vehicle also. Every vehicle has like a certain feel to it. The way it interacts with the levels, just the traction in general matters a lot. All right, we're seeing the same thing before, as so satisfying. Another ultra low trick, yeah, perfection. It's one of the most impressive ones so far. The biggest of shout outs to HD Jamie for using Funky Kong. I mean, I think this is the only world record on 150cc that Funky Kong has. We love to see our boy is not extinct on the time trial scene, and it's on a Mario Kart Wii track. Couldn't be more fitting. So Funky Kong could technically have the Wii Rainbow Road world record because, you know, Wario has that, and they're the same, so that's great. But I mean, this is one of the funniest world records because it's so much simpler than everything else. It's very similar to Mario Kart Wii, obviously being just completely caked in boost panels. One of the main differences for this though is just, oh, that was actually insane. It's just that shortcut being faster. It is one of the best changes they made to this track. That is pretty much useless in Mario Kart Wii on 150cc, yet on this game you want to take it every single time, and the fact you can combo it with the surfboard ramp, so satisfying. I also like how these boost panels are big enough where you can't accidentally hop over them like in Mario Kart Wii. That's really nice. And oh, not going for surfboard ramp there. Surprising, but we are taking top route and using the mushroom, comboing it with a blue mean turbo off the trick ramp, as we've seen in every world record ever. And no snaking on this one, we're just driving straight. This is hilarious. This is what the day one world records look like in this game. But now it's only this track where that happens. You know, the pure speed combo. We got the circuit special, we got the slick wheels, and the slick wheels were really popular in regular Mario Kart 8. We almost never see them in this game, but you know, Moonview Highway is the exception, which is really cool. Another interesting thing to note, we didn't see it, but the glider was actually the super glider for the last world record because it gives you a slight speed bonus, which ended up being really important for Moonview. So I think it's the only world record so far that uses the super glider. By the way, I never even realized there were coins on the right of the pool, and I feel so stupid. I never have gone for those coins even once playing online. I played this track a million times now too. I mean, it's very fitting. We had Funky Kong on a Mario Kart Wii track last. Now we have Daisy on Daisy Cruiser. The theming of these world records is impeccable right now. Love to see it, and it's just gonna be more snaking action. But yeah, I have never gotten those coins in my life, I am ashamed to say. Okay. Gonna get 3 mean turbos in the table section. Got the orange, just squeaked it out, barely. Wow, that's a weird spot to use a mushroom, but it makes sense. You get the inside lane, you get the orange mean turbo. That's one of those things I would have never thought of. Sometimes you see these shroom strats, they're very interesting. Like, the first mushroom was burned at the start, immediately. I guess it's just such an awkward section to be able to chain mean turbos, and you really get up to top speed quite slowly in this game from your startup boost. So, 2 extremely fascinating choices for mushrooms. We're gonna see the mushroom used right here, of course. This is a really good strat. You hold left, you hold a right drift, so it's angling out the least severe drift possible, and then just, you know, hold it while you're mushrooming, and then a Kuzan drift or whatever, and bam. I'm pretty sure it's called a Kuzan slide, not a Kuzan drift, by the way, just to correct myself. Like 99% sure on that one. All right, I mean, once again, we got Yoshi, Bitty Buggy. It's the meta on time trials. That's a given. I think we've seen Mr. Scooty once or twice, and we've seen the Bitty Buggy 12 times, 10 times. It's just an exorbitant amount, which is the opposite of what we see online. We see pretty much the ratio being reversed online with the 2 vehicle frames. Don't know what that's about. I think it's hitbox. I seriously think hitbox is underrated. I know some people think it's overrated, but I don't know. That was clean. That was so clean. Wow. All right, actually releasing the Blue Mean Turbo early there and then leveling out and then hopping before the ramp. That was a lot different than I expected. Sometimes they really catch me off guard. That's gonna be a low trick right there. Beautiful. Some hops afterwards. Interesting. Oh, nice strat. Wow. Used the last mushroom too. That was really cool. And then the quadruple trick. So satisfying. I love that strat. This is one of my favorite city tracks. I think this is the best city track in the game. It's a little glitchy and wonky, but I do love it, not gonna lie. All right, I don't think we're gonna see anything too exciting here at the end because it's mainly just going straight up some steps like we saw earlier. Actually, never mind. They're snaking. Of course they're snaking. We're gonna see a low trick here. Yep. And then more hops afterwards. And there's the slide. Okay, I'm excited. We haven't seen really the Teddy Buggy used very much. And I can't really tell you why. Sometimes we're seeing Teddy. Most of the time we're seeing Biddy. I'm not exactly sure what makes this track a Teddy Buggy track. I would imagine that using either vehicle would result in similar times. I'm sure it's only a few hundred milliseconds difference between using the two different vehicle frames. They seem very similar in general. Obviously different hitboxes, slightly different stats and all, but yeah, I mean, this thing has less Mean Turbo, but it's a little faster. And there's a purple, we're gonna see some blue. So even with the Teddy Buggy, snaking is still the way to go. This is some beautiful snaking, actually going around that a little wide, but managing to keep the Mean Turbo chain alive rather nicely. Another purple Mean Turbo. Oh, bouncing off the wall to fix the alignment to be able to get the orange Mean Turbo. Just next level advanced strats happening here. And more insanity. Landing extremely early there. I never land there. But yeah, we saw another one of the Kuzan drifts. Kuzan slides, I did it again. And I mean, it's so fascinating seeing the red conveyor belt being used for the first half there on that gigantic U-turn section, because Mario Kart Wii on Toad's Factory, the red part of the conveyor belt is absolutely never used ever. What was that? What did I just witness? Well, I don't even understand what I just saw. That was ridiculous. That was so different than I've ever done it. I think they managed to get a purple Mean Turbo in midair, because you can actually charge your Mean Turbo in midair in this game. Something that is not in Mario Kart Wii at all. Once again, using the wall to their advantage to squeak out the orange Mean Turbo and fix the alignment. I thought they were gonna hold one Mean Turbo. Okay, so they leveled out and then restarted their drift. If you made it this far into the video, first of all, thank you. Second of all, big question. Which tracks are better? Now that we've had a long time away from the last DLC release, which tracks are better? The original 48 from Mario Kart 8 or the Booster Course Pass 48? Wow, that was insane. What? Teach me your ways. I can't wait to see that 2 more times. This is what I mean by the 150cc records actually being more interesting than the 200cc ones. I'm just seeing things I never imagined be possible quite a few times in this video already, and we're only on like the 20th race or whatever. Jeez. Anyway, back to what I was talking about with Booster Course Pass. I'm not gonna lie, this might be an unpopular opinion, I'm not sure, but I actually do think the Booster Course Pass tracks are better than the base game tracks. I really enjoy them. I don't think all the city tracks are particularly great. I need to learn how to do this. This is incredible to watch. Turn skip, turn skip! No, but still, I mean, the Mean Turbo lasts forever when you use a half pipe in this game. And then hit the wall to get a little inside angle, get the purple Mean Turbo. It's really cool to watch these world records and be able to pick up on things and then see them spammed, these different strategies being spammed on so many different types of tracks. We see a lot of the same strategies, but the spots that we see them in are often unexpected. So here, releasing the Mean Turbo early, like, obviously I do that trimless most of the time, so I wouldn't expect to do that with the mushroom. I gotta remember that. I usually always do that cut trimless, but it's a really good mushroom cut if you have a mushroom. There's not really anywhere else on the level to use the mushroom. Yeah, nowhere nearly as effective. Super satisfying, cut this really inside, and then this is something I don't do, but you can release some Mean Turbo off this. You can get an orange Mean Turbo, pretty insane. All right, Oh, going super wide. It makes sense though, because the longer you have a lot of coins, the more it helps you. So, you know, instead of hitting that third coin first, it's like you're already building up 1%, over 1% speed bonus by hitting the first 2 coins, even though you're taking a really wide line. And we're seeing the same thing here. I mean, you know, this is the end of lap 1. It's still only at 6 coins because the coins are just a little harder to get on this track. They're a little out of the way compared to most other tracks. And then here we get to 10. Okay. And, oh, interesting. A blue and an orange instead of trying to squeak out a purple. And we see an orange, gonna save the mushrooms. You can really use the elevation change on that red and white road to be able to charge a little tighter and faster main turbo. Like, getting those orange main turbos that quick is ridiculous. And then here, I cannot do that consistently. I love going for it, but I feel like it's a 50-50 trick for me. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I wish there was an input viewer on like the left side so I could see the exact inputs. It could also be the angle that you approach it. It might really not be like some sort of way you move the analog stick. I'm not entirely sure. Let's see the shortcut here. Yeah, perfection. And then we're gonna see a blue main turbo release plus trick. And it looks like a hard left drift. Like I'm watching Yoshi's head, and it seems like it's just in one direction the whole time. Okay, this is a Scooty track, and we're seeing the mushroom burned at the very beginning, something we see mostly on 200cc, although we saw it on Daisy Cruiser, we see it again here. This, once again, is one of my favorite city tracks. Top 3 city track in the game for me. I think there's around 12, maybe 14 city tracks, not entirely sure. Oh, we're taking the top route. I never do this. 2 coins, nice. Not taking the top route there. I always take the top route there. I mean, it does have double blocks, but this has more coins. Should I not be taking the top route? Interesting, okay. I guess if I don't need a double blocks, I should take the bottom route. I'm really curious to see if the tent is used again on lap 2. I mean, actually, never mind. It's only a lap 1 thing. Yeah, I don't think the tent comes back until the very end when you trick off all the tents. Yeah. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Motion glider, mushroom. No more mushrooms. We're only on lap 2. Wow. Or section 2, I guess. This is gonna be an easy purple. And a nice counter hop slide before another purple. Maybe it's just the thing of preference over whether you use Mr. Scooty or the Biddy Buggy. Like maybe the Biddy Buggy could also get the world record on this track. Yeah, this is very satisfying to watch. Also, this section, as boring as it looks, it's nice, it has nice sticky road, and it's really satisfying to drive. And I love the 10th section, and here we are doing the top route, which I do the top route online. I was very surprised to see the top route not used on lap 1. Okay, 2 blue main turbos at the end, wow. I would really love to see what a tool assist looks like for this game. Does a tool assist even exist? I don't know. I feel like it doesn't. I haven't ever seen one. And for other Mario Kart games, Mario Kart 7, Mario Kart DS, Mario Kart Wii, obviously, I've seen a million tool assists. Some of the most fun Mario Kart videos you can watch. And this game really needs it. Like, we would learn so much. There'd be the most surprising things that would happen. Really looking forward to that day when we get tool assists from Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Alright, this is kind of insane here. Hitting the question mark cloud block while motion gliding. Blind. It's not like he's even able to see it. He's just holding his controller like that. And just got the perfect alignment down. That was also insane. Being able to like release the main turbo in the off-road, jump out of it, and then start another main turbo before going off the wind ramp. And then of course, the sticky road here is amazing. And then starting to drift into a trick, and then another purple, and of course they're not going to miss that. That is essential. This shortcut saves so much time. Wow, that was pretty ridiculous. This is insane. I'm learning I have a lot of practice needed on this track. Granted, this track always feels like it comes down to the very end anyway with items. I feel like it's one of the hardest tracks to be consistent on in the game. And we're gonna see more motion glide. Oh, opposite direction motion glide. And a trick this time! We never see tricks off the ramp. It must be something to do with the angle when you trick to be able to hit the question mark block. And oh my gosh. An orange and a blue. Koopa Clown. Ancient tires. And let's see. What glider is that? I guess we'll just see right here. Okay, paper glider. So, you know, 2 standard things with Yoshi and the paper glider. And then 2 completely unforeseeable things. Ancient tires, I don't know what the advantages are at all. Same with the Koopa Clown. Like, why is the Koopa Clown being used? Somebody let me know. I remember this was a thing last time, but I'm still surprised. I'm just surprised because we don't see this vehicle on any other track. What is the reason why it's great on DK Summit? I mean, that's ridiculous. Maybe it's something to do with that last corner, because I never get the last corner like that. That looks like it saves 5 seconds by itself. Just that one maneuver. Wow. This vehicle is really cool. How it has the propellers on the sides when you're going through the glider cannon. Love that. Triple trick, mushroom, go off the side, get quad tricks, almost 5. And then this angle is just madness. And then obviously land on the boost panel. If you don't, you're not getting world record. And then here, Yoshi actually turns to the left and then back to the right. It looked like right, left, right. Almost like what you see for Mario Kart Wii, like TF input. I mean, that was really strange. The main way I can see what direction the analog is going is just by looking at the way Yoshi moves. Yoshi's head will move back and forth. Okay. Wow, I thought that was off-road. I guess the hitbox really comes in clutch here. Maybe it is the wideness of the vehicles that really, like the vehicle that really helps with the zipper ramps and the mounds. I don't know. I'm shocked. That's insane. This is insane. This world record by Vincent is 125.011. It is only 2 weeks old. Very, very close to the sub, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see this world record improved any day now. Because generally how it goes for time trialers is when you're close to a sub, you push to try to reach the limits to get the next digit down. All right, and we have Mr. Scooty again. We have the roller wheels, or Azure roller wheels, or as I like to call them in videos, Azure rollers. And then the comments tell me I'm wrong, and then I say thanks for commenting. And this is gonna be a purple? No, it's gonna be an orange into a blue. Yeah, being able to like hop, have a diagonal angle, land from that giant ramp, and then hold a left drift immediately just gets the blue. It's so satisfying. And then this purple turbo is lasting forever here, and then you chain it into an orange and the mushroom, and then even just waiting until the vehicle is fully submerged into the off-road before using that mushroom to get the tightest angle possible. And the double hop and the left drift. Yep, this looks the same. I'm sure we'll see the same thing here lap 3. Pixel perfect right there. Absolutely beautiful. Purple. Okay, orange and then just neutral. The Twinkle Toes almost took Vincent down. That was really close. Actually managed to get the orange even though we didn't see it. That was like a frame 1 main turbo. And right here, might see something different. Yeah, the Kuzan slide. Mushroom at the start. Actually, very useful. Gets to cut a tiny bit of off-road. Are we going to see the 200cc shortcut used on 150 now? Probably not. I don't think it's possible. But you never know. It's been a while since I watched these world records. I think around a year, maybe like 11 months since I did this video last. And yeah, I don't think you can clear it on 150, unfortunately. It is a really cool 200cc cut though. Snake, snake, snake. That's an easy purple. Snake some more. Okay, we're going around. Still have 2 mushrooms. Blue main turbo off the ramp, and then the low trick. And then here, no trick at all? No, low trick. Okay, cool. I need to get better at this section. This is the part of the level I struggle with. Holding right drift with a hard left there. And once again, left. Releasing main turbo, holding left. That's insane. That looks really hard. That's not going to be something I'm going to learn probably. I'll try though. I mean, maybe I can figure it out. The underwater sections of this game are the most foreign for me, I would say. We're probably gonna see like the last mushroom used right here and a mean turbo out to cut more. Oh, or that. Wow. Just hopping frame one, barely losing any speed, cutting off a sizable portion of the off-road. All right, I believe it has the same exact stats and everything compared to the Teddy Buggy with just like a slightly longer hitbox. So I guess it's not too surprising, but still, I'm imagining it's because you just have to be on the edge of the track for so much of the level that maybe the longer hitbox allows you to take it a little more inside, making it better than the Teddy Buggy. That is my theory, because I remember that was true for the Mach 8 in regular Mario Kart 8 when playing N64 Rainbow Road. Nice mushroom bounce, super bounce, and we're looking at 4 tricks on that section, squeaking out a blue mean turbo, and then we're gonna get an orange here, and then probably another blue with the motion glide section, of course. Wow. So close to falling off. And yeah, look at half the vehicle is off the edge here. And just take the 2 inside ones. I'm extremely curious what Alberto is gonna do here. Are we gonna see the shortcut from 200? We are not. 200cc only strat, and also only going for the first booster out of the 2 at the end before the wavy road. And then we're gonna see some, you know, moon crater semi-low tricks. It's about the lowest possible trick you can get on that section. You can't get super low tricks, unfortunately. Wow, that was so good. And then no glider. Instead, blue mean turbo, and probably charge a giant mean turbo here and hit both of them and then get a purple upon landing. Oh yeah, look at that. That's something I need to start implementing because there's no shortcut on the end of this level. It's all about speed. Oh my gosh, falling off the end. All right, 1 giant drift, orange mean turbo. We're taking the top route. We're following the train because we gotta get 3 coins and releasing an orange into a blue. And started to drift there, but I don't think got a main turbo, just got double trick. And then the mushroom spot's right here. No, it's not. Coins. So I guess, yeah, you have to use your mushroom here. There's no way to do this shroomless, especially on 150. And a little hop at the end. So one of the spin boosts was used. I think the main thing I'm realizing is you don't see the spin boost used on straightaways. It seems like it's slower, but if you're drifting, the spin boost can be used and be slightly faster. Now, it's a very underwhelming speed boost, but it is a speed boost nonetheless, and like I said, it probably helps with main turbocharging in general due to the angle being changed temporarily. All right, cutting this super inside. And not even opting for the anti-gravity blue trick ramp, just going around getting the low trick. Very smart. It's not like that one actually gives you a boost, it just tells you anti-gravity is starting. So gotta do what you gotta do. And bottom route again, of course. It is really cool how the top route is faster on lap 1. I really like that. I think the top route is a lot more interesting. The bottom route is just, this section is kind of feels slow on 150, but because of all the snaking and the 10 coins and just the efficient execution, it doesn't feel super slow. Like, this track usually feels like a drag to me, but when I'm watching the world record, it doesn't feel that way at all. Like, this is insanely fast compared to how it feels when I play this level. And then look at that, managing just to hit the very tippy tip of the boost ramp and finish in style. I have uploaded like 1,700 videos, 1,800, something like that, over the course of this 10 plus years of doing YouTube. It's like 13 or 14 years if you include the inactive years. And I don't think I've ever uploaded a video this long. It's a thought I just had right now. I think this video is gonna be about 3 hours by the time it's all said and done. So yeah, it's gonna be extremely fun just to go through all of this. I'm having a blast right now. I think I will be a little exhausted at the end. However, I am taking breaks. I am taking breaks every 16 to 24 tracks just to not wear myself out, to keep the commentary fresh so I don't start to get too exhausted. I gotta give my vocal cords a little break. All right. I mean, we haven't seen anything too crazy in this one. It feels very similar to how I watched it last year. It is really impressive how they can soft drift these blue main turbos at stupid fast speeds. And then I love being able to trick off that. Main turbo trick, of course. Seen a lot of that today. And nothing too crazy on this one. We'll probably see a purple main turbo here. I remember this from last time. I remember being surprised the last time I watched because of using the elevation change to be able to just slightly, you know, manipulate your angle to get the purple. And we're seeing some more snaking. No need to go for coins. Already got 10. Another main turbo trick. More snaking. Okay, right here. Oh, okay. A little counter hop. And then same direction main turbo. And then we'll see an orange main turbo. Oh no, a purple main turbo. And did not give Luigi a high five. And also used a totally different trick spot than what I use when I play online. Was able to get an extra main turbo out because of it. Apparently it's faster than just gliding. And we're seeing an orange, a blue, and another blue. Cool. We have yet to have that mind-blowing moment that we've had on all of the other recordings we've done, going through all the world records. We've done 3 of these style videos in the past. We did 2 for 200cc, and we did 1 for 150cc. We did 1 after 72 on 200, after 88 tracks, I guess. Yeah, 88 on 150, and then after all 96 on 200, now we're doing all 96 for 150. And every single one of those videos, I always had a moment, like last time it was the Electro Drone World Record, where I was just completely flabbergasted. Saw something I really didn't expect. So I'm curious to see if that happens again today. I wouldn't be surprised either way, but I'm hoping I see a shortcut I'm not familiar with. Really hoping for that. Okay. I mean, we've seen some small shortcuts that we didn't know about. Definitely some small ones, but nothing game-breaking yet. And I think there'll be something. I do. We still have so many tracks left. I mean, this is another city track, and we got, you know, Mr. Scooty just ridiculous snaking here. And not opting for the trick ramp. I'm sure they would have went for it if they didn't have 10 coins. It's probably, oh no, I was gonna say a purple main turbo, but instead it's a blue plus an orange. And there's the purple. And that's gonna last all the way into the booster. And a little slide, counter slide into blue, and then more blue main turbo extravaganza here. And purple main turbo. Unfortunately, cannot use the Womp to be able to do the turn skip. Looks like the Womp doesn't even go down at that portion, that timing of the level. I've never really seen anyone do it online either, unfortunately. It's really cool that Nintendo patched the track to allow for that, but I haven't seen anyone actually do it before. Snake, snake, snake. Berlin reminded me most of Madrid Drive, just seeing endless snaking on a city track with really wide sections. Granted, Berlin has cars, so it's a little more challenging to snake on it, but made quick work. Once again, we have the Streetle. I mean, the Streetle has really been showing up a lot so far. It doesn't show up nearly as much the second half of this video. We've seen it like 4 or 5 times. It's probably the vehicle we've seen third or fourth most at this point. Oh, you can land on the rail there. Okay, that's cool. And then a little bit of rail ride action again. And, oh wow. Managed to actually get a blue main turbo there. And a little right slide before the trick just to get a better angle. And then we see some motion gliding and the bottom route being used. I think that was a main turbo trick there. Didn't really see the main turbo, but I think it was probably a frame 1 situation. And then hopping into the glider ramp. As long as you have boost, hopping to the glider gets your glider out faster, and it's better than doing a trick, which is super weird to me, but I've been familiar with that tactic for quite a while now. I remember a year and a half ago, it was like, it's super strange to me. I've gotten used to the way this game works over time. Not as much with the items, but definitely more so with the lines and the shortcut strategy. Alright, I don't think we're going to see anything too different here on lap 2 and 3. This is probably the second longest track in the game. Let me check that actually. Alright, so this one's 2 minutes and 22 seconds. Wii Rainbow Road is 2 minutes and 31 seconds. And I remember this used to be the longest track. It was longer than every single track in base game. That was something that was really surprising. But it's only fitting that the very last track out of all 96 is the longest one and one of the more difficult ones. Although Rainbow Road in Mario Kart Wii is absurdly difficult. I'd say top 2 most difficult track in that game, along with Moonview Highway, but they're definitely easier in this game. It's just interesting how on Wii Rainbow Road, the whole thing is like anti-gravity on this game. So that really does change the way it plays. And then, this is more like the Mario Kart 7 version of Maple Treeway. I did not know this Panda is actually using Funky Kong. So Funky Kong has 2 world records on 150cc, and we got the cushion tires, which I'm almost positive have a bonus for gliding. Like the airspeed is insane. And we got the Teddy Buggy, so this is one of the biggest combos we've seen today, along with like when we saw Funky Kong with the slick wheels on the circuit special. All right, gonna grab a ton of coins and level out, evade the pipe, and probably release a Blooming Turbo off this. Yeah, and then be able to soar for quite a while and go to the left to be able to use the ramp and do the whole entire strat with only 1 mushroom. Nice slide counter hop, lots of hopping that I don't understand. And then here, wow, I guess it really is better just to hop there instead of trick off the glider ramp. That's something I don't do. That's so surprising. I mean, it does make sense. There's a booster before it, and as long as you're getting a main turbo boost or a trick boost or a mushroom boost, it is faster to deploy your glider as quickly as you can instead of doing the trick. More motion gliding. Feels like a lot more gradual motion gliding than what we've seen on other levels. That feels a little more severe. And main turbo trick. Slide, slide, slide. Hop, hop, hop. I don't know why. It's almost like Funky Kong is turning while jumping as they go airborne. Super weird looking. Don't fully understand it. Just commentating on what I'm seeing. Trying to make sense of it. And I appreciate everyone in the comment section who's like a elite Mario Kart 8 Deluxe time trialer or someone who just has vast knowledge of the game mechanics, be able to drop, extremely vital tech knowledge and strats and just game mechanic stuff in the comment section. That is extremely important. It helps everyone watching who checks the comments. They can learn things there, things that I don't know about, as well as helping me just understand the game better. So I really appreciate you guys who leave comments for all of those sorts of things. He just honked the horn. I am, oh, wow. I don't know how much that really mattered, but I imagine it helped get a tighter drift angle for the next corner. So it probably did save a slight bit of time. What are we doing here? We're not going for shortcut, going around for coins. It really shows how important coins are. I did do a better job in my recent worldwide video of collecting coins. Gotta give myself credit there. Sometimes I forget the coins even exist on certain recordings. I've gotten better. All right, so we're not using the rail here. Maybe the rail is just too risky to be trying on lap 2 for how little it saves. That's my prediction. All right, so holding the longest drift ever, orange main turbo, and releasing the main turbo, mushrooming like right when the cardboard cutouts show up. And this is crazy, like doing a slide, like doing a drift on the railing at the end. I'll never be doing that on Worldwides. No way. Let's see if we see any other notable things here. Hold, hold, release. Mushroom, hold, purple, release, double hop, hold, hold. Oh, that was a perfect frame 1 release. It's like they don't even get a main turbo with that slide. We really see a lot of Mr. Scooty on these city tracks. Oh, I always forget you can trick off that. We see Mr. Scooty on Berlin. We saw Mr. Scooty on Madrid. There's something to this. These tracks that are extremely wide and don't have a lot of elevation change, for the most part, a lot of sections where you can just chain blue main turbos endlessly, that is where Mr. Scooty is seeing play over the Bitty Buggy. I'm really curious if drift radius has any part in it, or if it's mainly the hitbox that just allows the snaking to be a little more efficient. I don't know, but that was 7 main turbos in a row right there. It's really mesmerizing to watch. Look at that. You could just cut a little bit of off-road always. As long as you have like a sliver of your vehicle on the mainland, it doesn't count as off-road. This is so fast. This is one of my worst tracks out of the whole Booster Course Pass. I really feel like I've never won this one online. I know that's not true, but it seriously feels that way. Alright, we've seen 2 wall bonks, but it seems like it's helped out. It seems like it really hasn't slowed them down whatsoever. This is another, oh, it's not a, okay, so it's an orange into a purple, okay. I guess a purple into a purple is something we don't really see that often. It's really hard to pull that off. We see blue into orange a lot, and we see orange into purple. Because being able to charge for a purple mini turbo while you're in a mini turbo for most of it is just so amazing. Because when you're drifting, a lot of times, unless you're neutral drifting, you're going slower. Neutral drifting is slightly faster than pressing any angle on the analog stick. So having the main turbo boost really matters while you're drifting for such a long time. Yeah, I wish I could play this track even half that well. Congratulations, you officially made it 1/3 of the way through the video, and you can only download 32. Oh, that was sick. 32 tracks worth of ghosts at a time, and then you have to delete all the ghosts, which luckily you can just do that with one click. And then I gotta download 32 more, then I gotta delete them, then I gotta download 32 more. So we have Sky High Sunday, and we're seeing a little bit more of this hopping action on straightaways that we saw some of that on the uphill sections of Rock Mountain. Pixel perfect tightness here. Another hop before the trick. Maybe that gets you a lower trick, hopping and then tricking off the end of it. And then this is always really cool. Whenever you're gliding and you get a trick, you just sway so far to the side. I'm not exactly sure the name of the tech. We didn't really see it to the level we've seen before on tracks like Guamp Ruins or on 200cc like Electrodrome, of course, with the crazy strap, but you'll just jolt forward. It does have a name, the tech. It's eluding me right now. I can't remember the name of it, but it's one of the strangest glitches in the game. Oh! Okay, the 200cc shortcut is being used on 150. I don't remember that being a thing last time. It could have been. I don't remember it. And look at that, the double trick. So satisfying. And then here, this is so easy to fall off here if you're not careful. But landing on the edge of glory. And then 2 mini turbos up the slope. Another hop before the trick there. A very early trick. And we're just tricking, and we're waiting, and we're gonna see the same shortcut again right here. I'm almost positive. Yeah. And then landing on the very front of the ice block instead of the trickable part like on 200cc, but faster nonetheless. More Teddy Buggy. Maybe this vehicle, it's easier to do the gap jump, especially the fence cut version of it. Okay, and oh, we're seeing a drift switch right before the ramp, probably to get a super tight drift to be able to get, I believe, what was an orange main turbo, and we're gonna see a drift off this. Yeah, I remember this quite well. Oh, I thought they were gonna fall off. And yeah, it almost looked like they hit invisible wall. Oh, we're doing this, and a super bounce, and another super bounce, and a third super bounce. 3 super bounces in about 10 seconds. Very happy to see the beginning shortcut used in the world record. Absolutely love that. It wasn't even in Mario Kart 7. They took it out, but they really did Mushroom Gorge justice in this game. It's just a beauty. Everything about the track. And yeah, this is super satisfying. And then drifting off the first mushroom to be able to get the blue mini turbo off the second one is so clean. I do this section quite a bit differently. I have a lot safer approach, but I imagine the way that we're seeing it done here would probably make it easier to get the double item box, because I miss the double item box a lot when I go for it. I generally just sacrifice the double item box to be able to get the super bounce. Beautiful. All right, 2 of my favorite tracks back to back. Now we got Snowland. Let's see what these shortcuts look like. We already know where the shroom spot will be, of course, and I usually aim for where the snowman is, but of course Army is taking it much tighter, probably missing the out of bounds region by a very little amount, and then, oh wow, hitting a substantial amount of the off-road, but hopping out of it, similar to what we see in like Dry Desert, and being able to start chaining mini turbos. There's an orange, we're gonna see probably another orange, yeah. No need to go for the purple because the mushroom is used so early here, and then no need to even jump, just releasing the mini turbo in mid-air and not tricking off the U-turn part of the ice, which you technically can do, but we haven't seen it yet. Seems like it's better just to get a better like stage mini turbo, orange or purple. Okay. The ice actually allows for not too much counter, like not really too much counter hopping. And then hopping out of the off-road, and yeah, just getting an orange mini turbo and then doing 2 blue mini turbos instead of going for a purple, because it's just so important to release a mini turbo while you do a trick in this game. We see it over and over again. It's something I'm gonna keep in mind when I'm playing online, try to make that happen as much as possible. Oh, got the sub. 2 Teddy Buggy world records in 1 cup. The Teddy Buggy takeover is back. A little off-road skip. And holding the blue mini turbo because of what we talked about earlier. And I don't even think there was a mini turbo off the glider ramp there, but it worked out still with the motion gliding. Super tight purple mini turbo into an orange, and we see the counter hops, counter slides over and over. Oh, this is really impressive. See, I just usually drive straight right there and hope to get the coins. But getting 2 extra blue mini turbos, very clean. Some very long, gradual roundabouts, spiral style sections, U-turns on this level, lots of that. We're gonna see a mushroom burned right here, 100%. Probably a mini turbo out of it, yep, to skip a little bit of the off-road. That's a common strategy in this game. And no mushroom here, okay, so we know where the next mushroom is gonna be used for sure. There's another off-road patch coming up. And, oh, 2 blue mini turbos, no trick off that, interesting. Sometimes, yeah, I just don't understand why, but just trying to make as many observations as possible. It also helps me remember for when I'm playing, when I want to implement these strategies myself. And love this shortcut, really good shortcut. Any streamless shortcut is incredibly important to learn online. There's so many of them in this game. All right, purple and another orange, and probably another orange here, I'd imagine. Nope, a blue and a blue. And once again, we saw no trick. We saw the blue mini turbo released upon landing instead. I guess because there's just another trick coming up, so it's better to do it that way. It's really interesting. And then we have a purple where you see a blue plus a motion glider here for sure. And trick, drift, trick, drift, and mushroom to finish things off. Blue mini turbo. I'd imagine this is the 3rd longest track in the game at 2 minutes and 18 seconds. And we're seeing Mr. Scooty. Now, I don't think we'll be seeing any shortcuts here. If there is one, I'm going to be very surprised. Maybe you can land on that rail up there. I don't know if it'd be faster or useful at all. We all know about the Mario Kart DS shortcut by now that was discovered just like a month ago on this track. It saves 10 seconds. It's the biggest shortcut in that entire game. And this is one of the DLC tracks, the Booster Course Pass tracks more specifically, that I do particularly well on playing online. I really enjoy this one. I take safe routes. I don't go down the middle like we're seeing right here. I like to just go the left side, get the items, and then get the coins around the pinball flipper or whatever it's called. But yeah, I mean, we've already seen 2 mushrooms burned, and we're only on the beginning of lap 2 right now. So we'll see where the 3rd one's used. Definitely gonna see a shroomless lap at some point. All right, blue mini turbo, and then this is a really important strategy. Hold left while you're doing a right drift. Hold it until your boost runs out from the zipper, and then release your mini turbo afterwards. Snake, snake, snake. In Mario Kart 7, this section's hilarious. They just like hop over and over and over, and it's faster to hop downhill in that game. I don't think that really is a thing in this game. Maybe on like Rock Mountain, we see like a hop or 2 before the massive glider section, but really you don't really see too much hopping downhill in this game compared to Mario Kart 7. Yeah, I really enjoy driving this track. Out of all the world records I've watched, this is the one where I feel like I drive it the most similar. I do most of this when I play. The ending, I don't do anything like that though, because I just respect the pinballs. You gotta respect the pinballs. But everything else, like, feels pretty similar. And Mr. Scooty just feels so great on this track. You know, having the small hitbox really matters when there's so many things on the race course coming at you in all directions. Orange, and probably orange to end it, I'd imagine. Yeah. Alright. Calamari Desert. 2 mushrooms! And we're like 2 seconds into the race. Okay. What? This is Army. The Bitty Buggy almost flipped upside down right there. It was on 2 wheels. I don't even know how that main turbo came out. That was disgusting. And I mean that in the best way possible. I never thought Calamari Desert would be so interesting on lap 1. Out of every track we've watched so far, this is the one I was the least excited about. I mean, it's Calamari Desert. It's just one of the most bland tracks. Although I will admit, what Nintendo did with this track is really cool. Utilizing the train track makes the level more dynamic, more difficult. And then this part of the level coming up is where I always get sniped, right here, especially when the train is coming by. And still managing to make the snaking happen despite the constant elevation change between the railroad track. Oh, so many little mini shroomless skips, especially what we saw at the very beginning of lap 2 was super clean. That was really nice as well. And another main turbo trick. Squeezing out these blues. I think I probably have the world record for the most amount of times anyone has ever said mini turbo in a video at this point. And the number is just gonna keep on climbing. And now, the track we have all been waiting for. Mario Circuit 3. All right. We are seeing very similar strategies to DS Mario Circuit, willing to go extremely wide for the coins to get them early because of limited options. And, oh, that was actually really smart. And also, gotta mention this, we have the pipe frame. Super surprising. Have we seen the pipe frame today? I don't think we have. A vehicle I, for some reason, forget exists. It's actually one of the best vehicles in the game. It's really good. It's probably on the same level as the Streetle, or at least almost that level. Orange, and another orange. Okay. And you always want to release that main turbo right as you land in the dirt. And then right here, you get a little elevation right as you land in the dirt, then use your mushroom, and with 10 coins, you're able to just clear it barely. And blue main turbo, neutral hop. You always want to do delayed drifts. Not neutral hop, is a delayed drift, which means you neutral hop into a slide as you land. Extremely important for when you're snaking. Always keep that in mind. Nice alignment fix. Didn't hit the wall like last lap. I think hitting the wall is slightly faster. And then hopping out of the off-road because the mushroom is running out, and that is a way you can extend your off-road time. Mushroom at the start, very similar to Daisy Cruiser. It's just an awkward section to start snaking immediately or to be able to charge a giant main turbo because there's no corner at the beginning. So we don't see that very often on 150 compared to 200 where we see it all the time. I don't expect to see anything too game-breaking here, although it has the super slidey terrain similar to what we saw on Snowland, which means you can really manipulate your main turbos and not do as many counter slides because you're able to just hold the opposite direction that you're drifting to be able to prolong these main turbos and just get the right angle because you have such a variance of angle while main turboing with the slidey texture of the majority of the road on this level. Like this part's not slidey, but then right when you get to the street, you know, it just rained, it's slippery, it's nighttime, it's damp. You gotta be careful. You don't want to skid out of control. And this is gonna be a purple? No, an orange. Interesting. I'm really curious like how these players even come up with these main turbo strategies, and honestly, it just looks so different between every single record. I'm still surprised like 3 or 4 times each world record on how they chain the main turbos together and the proper way to keep them going at a fast rate. That was fast, wow. I am curious Oh, once again, mushrooming at the very start. That actually does make sense. It is a little bit of an awkward beginning on lap 1. On lap 2 and 3, not so much because you have the trick boost from the ramp before the start line. But on lap 1, I've always felt like it was awkward, so not surprised. And wow, we are not going for a shortcut. Instead, we're going for the coins. Never would have predicted that. And we're getting a trick somehow, some way. It didn't look like a trickable spot. Are we going to see the 200cc shortcut used on lap 2 or 3 at all? Probably not, but I would be extremely excited. I mean, we did see on Sky High Sunday the 200cc strat being used, and it really made a difference. Did not expect that. That was one of the biggest surprises we've had since the Wave 6 World Records, which we hadn't ever watched, so a lot was surprising in that section. And here, yeah, mini turbo trick, mushroom. I think that was an orange mini turbo. Maybe it was a purple. Through the bamboo. That made no sense. That was so clean, the whole entire section. This track has like one of the best soundtracks. I really need to take notes on this ending rooftop section. That was so much tighter than how I take those lines, and that's one of the hardest parts of the level for me. Alright, and we're gonna see the mushroom, and I don't see a purple mini turbo, but it really does look like this mini turbo is lasting forever, and then I can't believe you can even trick off of that. This is insane. This is one of the best tracks in the Booster Course Pass. I feel like this track is universally loved. I never hear anyone talk badly about this track. Like that right there is something I need to learn. Just using the very corner to your advantage. When I start these videos, I never feel like I'm gonna make it to the end. And I feel like I've built up stamina doing 3 of them already. This is my 4th one with these super long world record reactions. And it's quite amazing because like we're almost halfway done and I still have so much energy left. And I'm sure you guys can tell with the commentary, like my voice isn't tired because I'm not screaming like sometimes when I play online. If I record online for an hour, my voice is shot. But I can record this for 3 or 4 hours, talking regular, you know, commentary voice, and it all works out. I never do this leaf bounce, but it is really cool how it's in the level. Oh, that right there is the most impressive thing we've seen all day. I gotta see that again. That was shroomless. The mushrooms used at the end. There is no way that strat is consistent. I've never ever seen anyone do that online. How new is this strat? This has gotta be new. This has gotta be like less than a month old. Oh, we get to see it twice in the same run. Wow. So I'm guessing lap 1, it must be to do with the coins, why we didn't see it lap 1. Or it's because it's so difficult, we only see it twice. That is insane. I'm so happy that expert shortcut exists. That is really cool. That's the coolest thing I've seen so far today. I went to the Sky Garden world record page, and Alberto has the world record on Sky Garden. It has went down a second just recently, which means that, you know, if my math checks out, the shortcut was done twice, and a second, about like 0.900 has been shaved off. So I'm guessing that shortcut saves almost half a second, that shroomless shortcut. Unbelievable. And oh, that was cool. That was so clean. Wow. Man, the glider is just busted in this game. I used to say how like the Mario Kart 7 glider was way more busted. And I mean, it is, but the glider in this game also is really broken. But yeah, anyway, Sky Garden, you know, it really shows like sometimes world records just can go down like that, like out of nowhere. Like almost a second is a lot in time trials. Like even like 0.250 is a lot. A second is like, can't even really measure. It's probably like 15, 20 bike lengths on the race course. It'd be like out of the tunnel right now while this Yoshi is going past the taxi. It's like a pretty sizable amount. I'm guessing Scooty is used because you have to dodge so many cars, similar to Berlin. It seems like Scooty is the way to go when you need to snake an insane amount and there's a lot of moving objects on the track. But yeah, we still see more Bitty Buggy, but Scooty is nowhere near extinct, and this part is so cool. The sliding right there looks faster than being in a drift. Like landing from motion glider and just having the momentum slide you all the way to the left while starting a left drift is just gold. I would be incredibly surprised if we see anything as crazy as that Sky Garden trimless cut. Like, that made the video for me. I don't know about you guys, but that's a shortcut that's new on a track that's from Wave 1. Really unexpected, and it makes me think there still could be something on the original 48. And considering almost all the world records are new, like 95% of them are new from when we recorded this last time, which makes this video super worth reporting. Definitely really happy to be able to have all 96 tracks, 150cc and 200cc reaction. Yeah, I mean, there might not be anything else as substantial, but still, we got to see that, just like last time we got to see the crazy Electrodrome strat. And obviously, I mean, Piranha Plant Cove had so many cool things that I wasn't too familiar with, except for the ending one that Shortcat taught me. So yeah, a lot to be excited about here. Let's see if lap 3 has anything unique on Tokyo Blur. This is one of the most simple tracks in the game. You know, kind of starting off the booster course pass. I guess Japan, in a way, did get 2 city tracks, because Ninja Hideaway has Mount Fuji in the background, and it definitely has a Japan feel to it, because Tokyo Blur is just by far the weakest city track, in my opinion. We'll see a motion glider here, and oh, almost flew out of bounds. I said Tokyo Blur starts off the booster course pass, but actually I just realized there was one more cup. We are not done with the booster course pass yet. Coconut Mall. All right, hitting the wall. That was on purpose for sure. That really fixed the drift angle. And Cat Cruiser, I think this is only the second time we've seen the Cat Cruiser. And the third trick was not a low trick, but it did lead into the coins nicely. I'm sure lap 2 is gonna look a lot different. What is this angle? What am I looking at? Okay. Yeah, I'm not doing that online. Jeez. And you always want to hop before the stairs, because otherwise the very front of the stairs is not trickable and it'll bounce you over the trickable region. But if you hop onto the stairs, then you're able to trick off the stairs. Something to keep in mind. And then one low trick followed by a high trick, which makes you land on the edge of the fountain and get a third low trick. Wow, so it seems like you can always get 2 out of 3 low tricks. And this is really interesting. Everyone before was always doing a right drift while going through the boost section before hitting the glider ramp. And this is completely different. It's the complete opposite of what I'm used to seeing. So really impressive. And this is such a cool wall bounce. It looks a little risky though. I don't know if I want to be doing that online. It looks like that can go horribly wrong. But this strat is awesome. I gotta remember this one. Landing on this, oh, that's so satisfying. The only reason we didn't see that lap 1 was to collect the coins. And we get to see this in all of its glory one more time. That's awesome. Love this one. This world record by Vincent is only 4 days old, which is really exciting. We might see something new that we are not used to seeing. We shall see. They did a really good job recreating Choco Mountain in this game. It's never a track I really cared very much about, but overall, like, just getting all these fan favorite retro tracks, super nostalgic for me. I played every single Mario Kart game growing up, so I knew every single track, minus Mario Kart Tour. That's the only one where I didn't know most of the city tracks. I only played that game for a few weeks, but every other Mario Kart game I put a lot of time into, for the most part, and I definitely knew all the tracks. Okay, I gotta remember how this ending section is done. It looks like you drift off the first ramp and get the mini turbo for the second one. I've just been playing it like a dummy. I've been just like letting go of A for like a brief moment, then hitting the second ramp, then tricking. This is a lot better than that. Also, that looks really challenging to get a purple into a orange chain. Yeah, I do that section totally differently. I definitely play this track fairly wrong. Alright, let's see how this ending looks again. Let me see if I can download this. So mushroom, release orange. Okay, well that was way different than the first lap. Because lap 1, I don't think we saw the mushroom there. That was totally different. I mean, the coins just make lap 1 and 2 so different in general on almost every track. Yeah, it's just holding right the entire time. And Blue Main Turbo, Motion Glide. Maybe not. It didn't really look like it, actually. Ooh, nice. Okay, it seems like the boulder is not really too much of an issue if you pixel it, because the boulder bounces. That's really good to know. Wow. This is something new, at last. We have Kamek and the Teddy Buggy and the Aja Rollers, a very blue combo. And we have Army once again. Oh, wow. Yeah, see, using the walls to their advantage is one of the main themes we're seeing in these world records. We're seeing a lot of themes being spammed, which does make sense. The people who understand the game mechanics the best and are able to manipulate them to their advantage have most of the world records. Like 4 people have half of the world records in this game. And like 62 million people bought this game. What does that say? It shows the dominance of Vincent, Army, Alberto, and Panda, all with double-digit 150cc world records. And we're seeing the classic hop on the last frame of the mushroom to get out of the off-road strategy to maximize the distance cut, and a little bit of left and right action back and forth to squeaking out these mean turbos, and then taking the motion glider ramp instead of opting for the boost panel. One thing that's great about taking the glider ramp online, oh, shroomless, is you don't have to worry if you get shocked. You get to still keep your speed as opposed to if you go for the boost ramp. Did not expect that shroomless cut. That was very Mario Kart 7-esque right there. I don't know if it's true or not, but I'm gonna make a prediction that, oh, mushroom at the start. I'm gonna make a prediction that that shroomless cut at the end of Toad Circuit is incredibly difficult. I know it looks simple watching it on video, but I've tried to do that shroomless cut before, just messing around when the track first came out, and I thought it just wasn't possible, or not faster. So seeing it done there on lap 3, like the angle, the main turbo, the speed needed, I'm sure that's not something that you're gonna see people doing online very often. That looked very precise. And it's really cool to see a track like Toad Circuit actually have a challenging shroomless shortcut, assuming it's challenging. All right, trick at the end, of course. All right, blue main turbos, another Teddy Buggy record. 1 mushroom left right now. And gonna hit the trickable region right there at the end of the fountain. Yeah, this is really satisfying to watch. I think this is like one of people's least favorite city tracks, but it lands somewhere in the middle for me. I'm giving you guys some track tier list spoilers right now, but I actually do like this one more than most people, I've realized. Are we gonna see the glider ramp used? No. I'm surprised we don't see the glider ramp used and then a trick off that ramp and then that like jolt forward like teleportation tech thing that I can't remember the name of. I'm surprised we don't see that there. Maybe we'll see something like that here. This is gonna be a purple main turbo. Let's see what happens. Jeez, that was so fast. Motion gliding has got to save like half a second each time. It's just really absurd watching it. I feel like I'm missing out not doing motion gliding. And getting a mean turbo using the wall to their advantage once again, beautiful. This is what you came to see. We got the wood tires, which we have not seen a single time. We have the Mach 8, which was great in Mario Kart 8. It is back. And we have Roy. Roy is our boy. Wow, oh my gosh, this record is insane. Now, one thing is, I think the records on the base game tracks will look even more pristine and perfected compared to what we saw with the Booster Course Pass, just because these tracks have been out longer, so people have had more time to figure out the strategies. I thought they were gonna land on the side right there. We are gonna see an amazing strat here. I remember watching Rod, RTAT120, react to this the first time. Look at this, look at this. Mushroom. And we have the ultra cut done on 150cc. That looks incredibly difficult. You won't be seeing me do that online. I don't even know if that's possible with Yoshi Teddy or Funky Kong for that matter. It might be like a Mach 8 wood tires specific thing. Yeah, definitely won't be doing that online, but I love seeing it here. That was just something else. Let's see how this ending is performed. Okay. Yeah, okay, so everything here is pretty standard. I know all this. It looks like they're holding right in midair just to make sure they don't fall out of bounds. And the mushroom is used at the very end, and similar to what we saw with Funky Kong and Movie Highway, no snaking. I seriously think this is the most stressful track in the entire game. This track's even more stressful than Baby Park for me. like the emotions I feel on lap 3, it's like I'm never safe, and that includes the very last shortcut. Even if I have a mushroom, I just know things can go badly so fast on this one. So I really need to download some strats here to be able to play better online. It's one of the toughest tracks in the game. I call it the Moonview Highway of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Because in Mario Kart Wii, a lot of people think Moonview Highway is the hardest track, especially more casual players. I'm sure just like Moonview, I mean, on this track, you really got to memorize the subway routes because they take up like 75% of the track, especially on lap 3. Alright, so with mushrooms, obviously it makes it a little easier to deal with. Get the low trick by going to the middle, and then top route is really nice because you get the low trick right here. Well, not really a low trick, but you get the extra trick, I guess would be the way to describe it. And then here, immediately when you hit the off-road, interesting, it's not a neutral hop. So it's like the first hop is a right hop, and then it's a left hop, then it's a neutral hop out or something like that. Quite a few hops. And then one thing that we're seeing a lot that I haven't really talked about is we're seeing people trick off ramps and hold a direction to be able to manipulate where they land to squeak out more main turbos and just create space to be able to make those main turbos happen. So we're seeing that used all over, and it's something I haven't really commented on because it's something I only learned recently from Shortcut. I didn't even know that was a thing until recently, and it actually makes a massive difference. This is absolutely one of the records I have been most excited to watch. We got Kamek and Army again. I think Army just likes Kamek. I don't even know if Kamek is faster than Yoshi. Maybe Army's like, I'm just gonna use Kamek because he's my favorite. I don't need Yoshi to beat you guys. I'm just making stuff up. I don't know if that's true. But seriously, nobody else uses Kamek. We've seen Kamek twice from Army. And I think that was a left trick in midair. Okay, let's see what happens here. See, I don't even understand that section. I don't even understand it. Gotta see it again. Alright, orange into purple, I'm guessing. No, orange to be able to blue main turbo off the ramp. Anything to blue main turbo off the ramp. Like here, blue into blue. Why get an orange when you can get a blue main turbo? Or 2 blue main turbos for that matter. Alright, I think there's maybe some shake tricking happening. Like, this is such an early trick. And we've only seen this like 2 or 3 times today where they don't necessarily have a full main turbo while doing motion gliding. I think we saw it on like Mary Mountain or something. It's very fascinating. And blue main turbo trick. Let's watch this one more time. Blue main turbo trick again. And yeah, I'm predicting they're like shake tricking here because they get that trick so early, and I never get that trick like that. I never ever get that. And that was the 3 for 3. Yeah, this record is insane. It goes without saying. Oh, I was really hoping we would see Dry Bones on this one, or we would see one of the baby characters like Baby Mario. But nope, it's Yoshi once again. And we do see more of the lightweights used on 200cc. I think for 150cc, it's probably only Donut Plains where we're gonna see a baby character used. Yoshi just dominates. In fact, we almost never see Peach, Peachette, Daisy, or Birdo used. I don't even know if we've seen Birdo 1 time today. I've seen Yoshi 700 times. Anyway, this is one of my favorite tracks in the game. So let's keep watching. Oh, getting that blue main turbo out and then getting a slide into a left main turbo. A little off-road skip. No need to use the mushroom here because obviously the ending cut is better. Now in Mario Kart 7, that ending off-road shortcut did not exist, but I do appreciate how they added that shortcut to the level, considering they took out the glider cut at the very beginning where you can go through the section with the columns to the right at the very beginning of the lap. So I really wish that shortcut obviously was in the level, but at least we have these ending off-road shortcuts. In this first one, you could just do it shroomless because there's a slight elevation change and get the air you need. And for the second part, as you see, it is quite a pretty sight. I've learned quite a few things just watching this. I never knew you can cut that little bit of off-road at the beginning. Something I should definitely be taking advantage of. This is the total front run track. If you're good at this track, you get so many W's online. People do not know how to do the triple U-turn section. Fall. Oh! I was ready to see Lukitu show up. That's the closest anyone's ever been to falling off without falling off in a world record. I'm convinced. Yeah, that was insane. Incredible. Also, we did such a different order than we usually do for going through the world records, but I figured doing it in complete reverse order would be fun. We're going to be ending with Mario Kart Stadium today. I think last time I ended with Big Blue, but yeah, we're mixing it up. And also, in the past, I have reacted to a fake Mario Kart Stadium world record. We will not be making that mistake today. We might make that mistake on another track, but I have the page open so I can make sure we got the right world records here. Alright, yeah, this track is super fun, one of my favorites. I'm not seeing anything too out of the ordinary so far. I mean, until that, I can't believe you can get an orange right there. And then, yeah, we're seeing the mushroom spot be just the very beginning, because the big off-road patches, it's just perfectly designed so you can cut it shrimless. And there is so many ways to manipulate your speed in the off-road in this game. In Mario Kart Wii, if you even touch one frame of one wheel on the off-road, you lose 90% of your speed. In this game, you could do that. It's really nice. I really do enjoy watching all the shrimless shortcuts in this game. Very much appreciated. Nintendo, in the next Mario Kart game, please do not take out the shroomless shortcut potential. Please, because it is so satisfying to watch. So many cool strats. Whee! Alright. Put it inside. Free purple mean turbo. That could be a stage 4 mean turbo if it existed on that corner, seriously. Mean turbo trick. Neutral hop. Be sure you neutral hop that. It's really important. You gotta evade the piranha too. And orange plus blue trick plus Kuzan slide instead of purple. We've seen that a lot today. I do not like this track very much, but I'm sure the world record will be insanely impressive. Okay, we are seeing an immediate mushroom use, and we're only seeing that when the beginning starts with a straightaway where you can't easily get a main turbo on a turn. We saw it on New York Minute, we saw it on Daisy Cruiser, we're seeing it here on Ice Ice Outpost. Not very common, but happened a handful of times on the 150cc records so far. Also, for some reason, I don't know what it is, I don't know why I do it, but I only ever do half that shortcut. I never do the full shortcut. Also, I never really incorporate the yellow route. I always just go and have tunnel vision for the double item box and stay on the green route the entire time. But I mean, there's a lot here that I'm not doing correctly if I want to go the fastest possible. Especially if I'm in first and I already have 2 items, I don't necessarily need the double box. Unless I'm fishing for a super horn, of course. Alright, double hop into the main turbo. Using the mushroom there, interesting. And getting to the bottom route. Blue main turbo trick, low trick, slide, green route, yellow route. Spin boost! See, we see spin boosting used when drifting happens, but not when we are on straightaways. Wow. It's actually so satisfying to watch. You know, we have the icy physics that we had on Snowland and New York Minute, and just able to find ways to get mean turbos out where it otherwise wouldn't be possible, but just the slidey road is utilized to the advantage in the most perfect ways. This is such a fun world record to watch. Look at this. Look at snaking on the wavy road section. And then the spin boost works out really nicely there. I wonder if the spin boost ever screws over Alberto on this one, just when he's switching paths. Trick, trick, the end. I wonder how many people have even made a reaction video to every single 150cc world record, all 96 tracks. This literally takes all day. This is like quite the endeavor. Not even 2/3 the way through. Wow. All right, we got pipe frame again. I think this is only the second time we've seen the pipe frame. Oh. On 200cc, we saw a corner cut there. I don't think we're gonna see that on 150. Maybe though, we'll see, we'll see. I've been surprised many times today. The most surprising thing was definitely Sky Garden, but Sky High Sunday also surprised me. Okay, interesting. I'm going over the ramps but not tricking. And then doing the shortcut, of course. Let's see if we see any shenanigans here. Ooh. Nice. The double hop, neutral, or delayed drift, right slide, main turbo craziness, back to back on the straightaway. Like, it's interesting to see that instead of snaking. We're so used to seeing snaking with Mr. Scooty, but I guess that's the way to go with the pipe frame. We see so many different strategies in all these records. Trick, trick. Oh, only one. And orange main turbo, double hop main turbo. Boom. All right, once again, on these awkward beginning sections, mushroom at the start. Oh, and we're snaking up the slope. Jeez, no thank you. I will drive straight and look back. That will be how I play this. Snake, snake, snake. Oh my gosh. Flirting with disaster. I don't know if they actually managed to get the blue main turbo. I'm assuming they did, and we already have 2 mushrooms burned on lap 1. Similar to Mario Kart Wii, glitch list or ultra shortcut list, Orioles Gold Mine, it is faster to not take the shortcut. For the first like 12, 13 years Mario Kart Wii was out, everyone would take the minecart route at the end on the left. And then the detached shortcut was found, which made the right route faster. And in this game, I think the right route has always been faster. The snaking is insane on this. Man, the world records look so much cooler than they used to. I remember when the game first came out, I watched the world records, I was super underwhelmed. Everyone just drove straight and then got purple main turbos and drove straight. And now, it's masterful execution and game knowledge and just manipulating the physics in ways that are really impressive. Like, I really want to see tool assist for this game. We would see unbelievable things. This game has crazy physics. There's just really wonky edges to things. Yeah, the bats don't pose too much of a threat on this level. Same with the minecarts. I mean, this level, not nearly as terrifying as it is in Mario Kart Wii. It looks like he's tricking super early off that zipper ramp. It doesn't even look like he's getting a blue main turbo every single lap. I don't know if it's true or not. And then, yeah, snaking down the slope and up the slope. I don't even know anymore. What am I watching? Peach. Don't know if you guys know about Peach. She is a character in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Same stats as Yoshi, even though everyone uses Yoshi. We've seen Daisy once on Daisy Cruiser, now we've seen Peach, and we've seen Yoshi a million times. Where is Birdo? Where's Peach at? Alright, this is Animal Crossing. I personally do not care for this track. Alright, I haven't seen anything too crazy yet. Main turbo tricks, of course. Any streamless action. We're gonna see the mushroom here every lap, right? Or no? I mean, you can't really cut that off. Motion glider, of course. That's pretty clean. Get the low trick there. Get a blue main turbo, just squeeze one out. Nice. And then interesting, not tricking off the first trickable spot to be able to jump and start a drift to get the blue main turbo on the zipper trick ramp. Purple here? Yep. Motion glider, right drift, trick, low trick. It looks the same. All 3 laps are pretty identical. See if anything out of the ordinary happens at the end. This part's interesting. I do this totally differently. Like, I definitely could be doing this better, especially if I have a mushroom. It really leads into the shortcut nicely. I was expecting to see a mushroom burned at the beginning, so a little surprised right now. Ooh. Should I be going this way lap 1 to get coins? Probably, if the world record's doing it. Would I lose my lead if I did that though? I don't know. Alright, a little bit of motion glider. Probably a little rail riding right here. Yes. Rail ride, delay trick, beautiful. This is a fun level. I like this one. Oh, I thought they were gonna do that shroomless. Yeah. Nice. I think one of my biggest takeaways watching these world records is I need to find a way to blue main turbo trick a lot more than I do. Find a way to plan for that, because it clearly saves a lot. We see it every single world record. Multiple times per lap a lot of times. Yeah, that whole section is so different to me. That is so different than how I do that shortcut. I try to align, I drive straight, I trick, I use the mushroom, I trick again. I'm doing it totally wrong. Okay, and we're gonna probably see another rail ride. Oh, almost fell off. It's interesting how Alberto does not use the water stream on the end section on any of the laps. The ending is just so strange to me. Army using Peachette, and maybe we'll see someone using Birdo later. All right. Oh, shroomless. Wow. What? See, this game, you just abuse the off-road. There is no off-road as long as you can hop frame 1 and preserve your speed. Seriously, what even is this game? Oh, I was hoping for a big shortcut right there. Obviously, Lakitu would grab you. And we're gonna see the, oh no, we're not. Oh, okay. Going for the coin, not going for the glider cut? Why? Well, still have 3 mushrooms after lap 1. Where's the, oh, here, okay. It's right here. It's right here. I was like, where's the mushroom gonna be used? I mean, I think it, oh my gosh. You can do that? That has got to be harder than it looks. Otherwise, I do that every single time. Didn't even lose any speed. I'm gonna see the blue main turbo, the motion glide, pixel perfect, orange main turbo, and wait! I don't get it. Are we only gonna see the big popular glider ramp used 1 time in the world record? Yeah, we are. Maybe 0 times. All right, let's watch this again. This is stupid. Okay, the very ending, they lost quite a bit of speed. I think it literally comes down to how quickly you can jump the moment you hit the off-road. And if you could do it frame 1, you just keep your speed, you keep hopping. It makes me wonder if there's a big off-road section, you have an orange main turbo, can you just hop through the whole entire thing? Like on Shroom Ridge and reach the glider ramp. I don't know. It could matter with the terrain, if it's going up or down or whatever. Wow, they don't even use the glider ramp that everyone uses online. That was crazy. Whoa, we have the leaf tires. We have not seen the leaf tires today, and these are the coolest looking tires in the game, in my opinion. They have this insane triangle pattern that just flies in all directions if you look at them closely. They're green, my favorite color. I just wish the leaf tires were meta over the rollers, because the rollers just look really stupid on a lot of vehicles. Like, let's be honest, they look fine on Mr. Scooty and like the Bitty Buggy, but if you put them on the Flame Rider or even the Teddy Buggy, they look pretty dumb. Like, I mean, they're just tiny. They look silly. Anyway, yeah, Baby Park. We're on lap 5 already. And let's see if I can offer any actual insight to this. So we're seeing Purple Main Turbo. Didn't even hit any off-road, geez. It's frame 1, like the moment they're hitting the grass after, well, that was a mushroom. But the moment they're hitting the grass, boom, release, neutral hot. Losing barely any speed. Oh, roller coaster. Roller coaster distracted me. We got Chemic and we have the leaf tires. All right, I am going to offer some insight right now. The leaf tires are really good on anti-gravity. You know, I'm putting 2 and 2 together here, and Baby Park is entirely anti-gravity, and so is Mute City. I think the entire thing is anti-gravity. And we, Rainbow Road, use the slim tires, not the rollers, which I'm sure the slim tires have their own advantages as well, maybe traction or whatever. Oh, so clean. And we have the Mach 8, which probably makes that shortcut more consistent. That shortcut is hard. I failed that shortcut so many times in my life, I've lost count. However, I have sort of learned how to do it recently. I don't think I feel comfortable doing it online though. Are we seeing anything here? Probably a drift off this ramp? No, just a hop onto the ramp and then a delay trick. And we're actually utilizing the spin boost because we're going into them with drifts. When we get to Electrodrome and there's that 1 spin boost on the straightaway, I guarantee they are not going to go for it. There's no way. Purple Main Turbo, double counter hop, bam, shortcut, fly, tilt down, fly, 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 release, trick. And skip the boost panel, 2 of them. Zipper, boost panel, I don't even know the correct terminology. I just call them zippers most of the time. It's just quicker. I actually played this track pretty well. I do this ending different. I definitely don't do a third drift there for the third spin boost. But overall, other than that and the shortcut, I do this one pretty similar. This looks incredibly hard. That shrimp spot looks very tough, especially with this combo. But yeah, this is a very impressive record, goes without saying. And fly to the finish line. Teal Inkling Boy. We have not seen this character even once. This is exciting, something new. And this is one of the tightest tracks in the game. It's extremely narrow. The corners are very tough. I think there's a baby character for the world record on 200. And we saw the shrimpless shortcut. Obviously, the mushrooms can be used on the very last corner. Spin boost, spin boost, spin boost, and skip the ending to cut the inside lane. And get a low trick off the second ramp to secure the third trick. If you don't get the low trick, you shoot over it. And wow, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Wow, snaking on this is so hard. All right, so purple, let's see if we can figure out, let's see if we can download any of this. This looks ridiculous. Pixeled it, almost fell off. And what's interesting about the jump is it's after they've already gone airborne. They're in the air and they're jumping after they're in the air. It's really weird. And yeah, having 10 coins or having as many coins as possible really makes it so you can get the triple trick there. That's extremely important. If you miss one of those 3 tricks, you lose a lot of time. And then being able to get a diagonal angle with the 2 hops off the last ramp allows you to get a very tight left drift upon landing, and that's super fast. The more severe the drift, the faster you get your main turbo. Soft drifting is the exception, but you still have to get it pretty severe. Wow, those shortcuts were something else. That is a game changer shortcut. If you get that online, you could break away. It's one of the best shrimpless shortcuts in the game, but pretty risky. See, I never do a left drift main turbo upon landing there. I don't do this either. Wow. This is my second least favorite track in the game, although I think the world record is going to be pretty cool. Because they always do these crazy strats off the ramps. It's very impressive. Look at, we've gone over 4 trick ramps and we only saw 1 trick. Now we're seeing the tricks. Gotta hit the top. Yeah, you know, in my most recent Excitebike Arena online race, I actually on lap 1 did the ending of the track correctly. It's just so difficult because there's a million, I think there's 200 million different layouts on Excitebike Arena. So you're never gonna get this layout. You know, you could play it your whole life and you get it once. And for time trials, I'm pretty certain it's the same layout every time. It'd be kind of crazy if it wasn't. Nice, got the slide. Oh, the spiciest of low tricks. This is just dirty. See, I really don't like this track, but watching this world record is actually fire. Trick, land up top. Got a really early trick there. This is insane. This is a purple if I've ever seen one. And then blue, snake. Interesting, they hopped immediately after landing. They didn't slip drift that. And then, oh, even better than the last low trick. This is a pop off right here. I'm sure this track is really fun to time trial. This is like the most popular track in the game. I think this is the, like if you had to make a poll on the most popular favorite track out of all 96, I think this would win. This is definitely the most voted track. It's even more voted than DK Summit and Mushroom Gorge, which also would be at the top. Everyone loves this track except for me. Even though Yoshi Circuit does not have the tunnel in this game, it's still a top 3 track for me. I will love this one till the end of time. In every game it's in. Not only because the mini-map looks like Yoshi, but it's just an incredible layout. It really plays well. That is such a small version of the shortcut. Is that really the way to do it? And yes, the tire skip. I need to start doing that more. I used to do that more and then I stopped doing it. I gotta remember that. I just go for coins now. I just hear the YouTube comment section in my head and I'm like, I need to go for coins. They're gonna get mad. And then sometimes I forget for like 30 minutes, but then I remember. Gap jump, waterfall skip, purple time. I think that was a purple. I'm guessing it was, maybe a frame 1 purple. It's hard to tell. That was weird. It's like double hop. I'm surprised that worked. I don't know why Mr. Scooty is used on this one over the Teddy Buggy, or the Bitty Buggy, I should say. I'm not sure. They just feel interchangeable at this point. The main turbo trick is so perfect because it's the very end of the mushroom boost, so you're just getting the maximum out of that. You're cutting the gap before the mushroom, landing upon, or using mushroom upon landing. And that's weird. So many hops before that shortcut. It's just one shortcut after another on this level. No wonder why I like it so much. Purple time again. Ultra shortcut, orangey. Let's go. Honestly, I was kind of expecting the Cat Cruiser or like a longer combo for this track, considering you could put like 3/4 of it off the edge and still get your main turbos. But here we are. The Bitty Buggy, once again. It reigns supreme on Mario Kart 8 Deluxe 150cc time trials. And honestly, 200cc too. The Bitty Buggy is just insane in this game, and wow. Going to the very edge, 90% off the track. Rejoins the track to collect coins and then gets all the tricks. 7 coins already. And this is gonna be one of the, I think this is probably the shortest track of the first 32. It's just like a minute 15 or something. It's gonna be a lot of longer tracks. I mean, the Shell Cup is short, but it feels good to be on the final 32 here. All right, that's the first mushroom. I'm assuming all the mushrooms will be used on corners, like one right here. Yeah. And then probably just one more right here. Yeah. And gets the purple. It's gonna be an orange, yeah, and then another orange. Nice. And a blue. Get the boost panel. Don't opt for the last booster. Motion glide to safety. 119.1. Just like that. And oh, immediately just turning to the right to start the snaking magic. And here comes a purple. Oh no, wow, held an orange main turbo quite a long time there. I thought they'd be going for a purple. And probably 2 purples here. Got a really good delayed drift there. Oh, just holding it, going for the orange main turbo motion glider. And this is the shortcut on this level. Release the main turbo at the very end, right when the mushroom is running out. And then this is where you can just drift over this. I don't know how consistent that is, but it's a really good shortcut. I do not personally go for that online. Maybe I should be. I don't know if that's something that people do regularly. But then yeah, just landing in a main turbo and then doing triple snake action would be really good for the portion before the cave. I definitely need to start doing that. I think I really just drive straight there and then I charge a right main turbo on the corner. Sometimes I even go up top for the double box. And yeah, it's a really good shortcut. Definitely better in this game than it is in Mario Kart Wii. And then here, it's interesting. It's not even like they hop out of the off-road. We know they don't hop because they're in a drift when they are exiting the off-road. They get a blue main turbo. Yeah, this part's super satisfying. I wonder how well that'll work with the Teddy Buggy. It's a difficult section. It's really easy to fall off on this course on that part, and then also right here you can mess up. This too, like, I don't know if I want to be holding one main turbo. Like on time trials it's different. You know where it's gonna be, but when you're playing online, there's so many things that are gonna change your location every single race, because the shock and blue shells and whatnot. Of course, Yoshi. And I think this might be the hardest track in the game. It's up there, top 3 for sure. Always thought this one was incredibly challenging, extremely narrow. It almost didn't fit this game. I felt like the tracks in this game, overall, not like too ridiculous. Even the Bowser's Castle and the Rainbow Road in the original 32 weren't as terrifying as they were in Mario Kart 7, Mario Kart Wii, Mario Kart Double Dash, or Mario Kart DS. But this track is more difficult than both Rainbow Road and Bowser's Castle, 100% in this game. I mean, I'm trying to think of what the most difficult tracks are in this game. Wario Stadium's pretty difficult. Ninja Hideaway. I mean, I'm not the best at Big Blue, so that one's kind of hard. This one's at the top though. I really like this track. It's really satisfying to watch this run. And one thing that's interesting is going to the right side. I definitely don't do that. That was really weird. Actually managed to get the drift started before it leveling out. Started on the incline section. And then just cutting it super inside, holding right while doing a left drift. Back to snaking, holding the main turbo, bonking the wall twice, and landing immediately. Almost no air, no room for air for that matter. And then a little air pocket there down the pipe section, which looked really fast. And I don't even go for the middle. I thought that was something that was only faster with coins. I forgot that the middle is the way to go, and I forget the right path is the way to go. Like, this looks so weird to me, but it helps get an orange main turbo, and then you just slide over the pipe without tricking, because you can't really low trick those pipes. Yeah, this is super interesting. I play this track totally wrong. Like, I go to the right and I get the pipe there, or the main turbo into the booster, and then I just do straight shot, get items, trick. It looks entirely different. I do everything wrong on this one. Biddy buggy for the entire cup, 4 in a row. Mushroom at the start. I think we've seen that about 5 times so far. It's really something special. You get 2 tricks there. I never knew that. It's really something special how they managed to squeeze out like 7, 8 extra main turbos a run from what I expect. There's just main turbos squeezed out in the weirdest spots. It shows the power of the Biddy buggy. This is an interesting gear section. Really didn't expect those lines. And mushroom shortcut here? No, that's a 200cc thing, but still a shortcut nonetheless. And a trick on the final spinning gear, or wheel, or whatever. And then, oh, okay, only hitting 1 boost panel, going for the trick instead of hitting both. I guess like a boost panel trick is pretty much the same as a main turbo trick. It just shoots you forward, which is a huge speed bonus in this game. And you obviously got to get all the tricks here. And okay, that was a really early mushroom, and then that looks extremely difficult. That was a much bigger gap cut than lap 1. And it cut off more distance because of the angle of the clock hand. And top route again, and you could get 2 tricks. I need to remember this. Wow, this is incredible. Okay, wow, a high trick there. I always trick early to get the low trick, but I guess the high trick is good because then you have the boost going into the next trick. And you shoot really high up. And yeah, lap 3 is actually easier than lap 2. Biddy buggy Yoshi again, the streak continues. That's 5 now. We got Yoshi Valley. Alright, so no mushroom used at the start. It seemed like a track where that might happen, but I'm guessing the mushroom is probably just used at the end of the level to make the cut a little bit more tight. You can cut more with the mushroom, and I didn't expect the double trick off the wooden ramp because of the angle that you're going off it. That's really clever. I so wish the gap jump worked on this track. If this was a booster course pass track, I bet that gap jump would work. Wow. Okay, let's see what this looks like. Oh, wow. I thought like there'd be a main turbo boost to cut half the off-road, but the mushroom is used immediately. And then, yeah, as expected, lap 1 will be where the coin collection happens. Lap 2 and 3 will be the fastest route. And the right route, entering the maze section, is never used. I don't think there's any purpose to it, unless maybe you're bagging or something online. It's not faster in any capacity. This is a purple? How are you gonna evade the egg like that? That's out. And this will probably look the same. I mean, it seemed like a pretty consistent strat. And it's not like you have to go inside the tree or anything too insane. Just have to make sure you are holding to the right so you don't go too tight when you're mushrooming and drifting to the left. Alright, let's watch this. Getting the extra main turbo out. Snaking up a storm. I don't think there's any brake drifting. I didn't hear it. I think it's just a perfectly cut turn to be able to get it that tight. Because for me, like even on 150cc, I will brake drift that turn a decent amount. It's like one of the only turns in the game I feel like I need to brake drift on 150. And that is Yoshi Valley. Mushroom at the start again. It's happening more and more. And even though we are on the Biddy buggy for the 6th straight time since we got to the original 32 tracks, we have Birdo. Birdo actually showed up. Amazing. Green Birdo. We have seen all the meta characters now. Saw Peachette once. Saw Peach once or twice. Saw Daisy at least once on Daisy Cruiser, I remember. and Yoshi a gazillion times. So it's good to finally see Birdo. And I think there's another Birdo run. I remember seeing it. Nice super bounce. And then also using the wall to their advantage. Very similar to the Coconut Mall shortcut. This is another purple. Jeez. It's cool how that ramp is used. I didn't know that. I definitely don't retain everything from when I watched it the first time. So there's definitely a possibility that was already happening when we watched it last year. But 96 tracks, really like 120 with all the city tracks. I definitely can't remember everything. So I'm surprised quite a bit making these recordings happen, even if I have seen some of this already. I really like this track. I don't remember that like super bounce being a thing into the off-road cut, especially the drift. I thought it was the opposite direction. And this one has brake drifting. This might be like the only track that has it. I've heard brake drifting 4 or 5 times. I mean, on 200cc we get quite a bit of brake drifting for obvious reasons. This section is like the hardest on the level, and the low tricks I think are really impressive. Wow, this is insane. I accidentally clicked Wario Stadium before Sherbet Land, so we'll just do Sherbet Land next. Oh, the streak is over, and I'm looking at the chart with all the world records, and apparently Sherbet Land is with Bitty Buggy, so the streak ended with Wario Stadium. Ended at 6 only because I chose Wario Stadium. It would have been 7 in a row if I didn't. Yeah, that is so clean. I do that same strat, it just never looks that good. And then this part right here is where the air hop happens. Oh no, I think they did it different. They actually like drifted off it, neutral drift, at a really good angle. Didn't get much air on the glider. I guess it's more important to, yeah, get that purple main turbo and get to the ground as early as possible. It makes sense. Got a blue main turbo there, and that, oh my gosh, what a great landing spot. I was able to immediately get a really tight drift. Let's see this. Wow. It's a last second trick watching the world record. The way I do it is so much safer, and it doesn't look nearly as fast. Still is great. It definitely gained time on people. But yeah, this is different than what I've learned. This is even faster. That's such a cool strat. This track is really great in this game. I absolutely love what they did with this track and GBA Mario Circuit for the original 16 retros. 2 of my favorites. And Royal Raceway. That's another one. Forgot about that one. This strat's super cool too. Kind of reminds me of Sunset Wilds before the Streamless shortcut. Just being able to neutral hop or like, you know, delay drift while landing from the jump, the initial jump on the booster, and that just allows, like right here, you see it, boom, and then you just are able to charge such a severe drift angle and get like a blue main turbo almost immediately. That's what it reminds me of, and you have to do that like 3 times per lap on this level. We have Birdo again, and the Bitty Buggy. Bitty Buggy has like half the world records, and the roller wheels have 90% of them, and then Yoshi has like over 50%. There really isn't that much diversity at all in time trials. I think there was more for 200cc, but Mario Kart Wii has more diversity than this game for the vehicle character combos. It's really surprising. There's so many different vehicles that have world records in Mario Kart Wii, especially with all the glitches. But in this game, it's the Bitty Buggy, the Teddy Buggy, and the Cat Cruiser occasionally, and Mr. Scooty. But the Cat Cruiser and the Teddy Buggy have the same stats, and the Bitty Buggy and Mr. Scooty have the same stats, so they're pretty much the same, just like Birdo and Yoshi have the same stats, so on and so forth. So we're not really seeing that much diversity. There's a couple moments where we've seen like the Circuit Special, where we had the Koopa Clown. That's been really exciting. And then we saw the Wood Wheels and the Crimson Slims, so there's occasional stuff that happens, but for the most part, it's been pretty standard. Not too many surprises. I know Donut Plains will be a surprise though. This is just same sort of surface as like New York Minute, just snaking up a storm, just like Ice Ice Outpost. This part's really satisfying. How like the top part is actually flat, and you can just neutral drift that and get a purple. Oh my gosh, pixel tight. It's gorgeous. And then this right here also, very similar. Oh, wall bounce again. And then get a drift started before you go into the water. It's so wild. So much precision. But anyway, the shroom spot here reminds me a lot of Yoshi Valley. It's very similar. This might be like my favorite cup in the entire game. Like, this is top 3 favorite cup. I love the banana cup in this game. All the tracks are phenomenal. Once again, we're seeing what we just talked about in Wario Stadium. Restarting the drift and doing a delayed drift upon hitting the boost panel and managing to get the super bounce, and then this whole glider section just, wow. I mean, the way the time trials race, it's just so different than online. It's so much more advanced, but it looks really tough, and you have to have space, and you have to be able to really take up the whole track with all the snaking and the amount of, you know, you have to plan in advance with a lot of the motion gliding and some of the tech choices to be able to squeeze out these extra main turbos, and you don't really have that ability online when you're having to deal with smart bouncing green shells and bananas and fire flowers, so on and so forth. This mushroom spot is really creative. I love how they just jump into the grass early and then use the lip of the grass to be able to just get the right angle and get a main turbo, clear the grass, get to the glider ramp all in one foul swoop. Super satisfying to watch. No brake drift there. That's another corner I like to brake drift online. Oh, pixeled that. Frame 1 orange. This time was different. This time they didn't restart their drift. They actually held it past the tree branch and got an orange main turbo with the super bounce. Another clean shortcut. I would imagine you probably gain or lose a lot of time on that trim spot. It seems like something that isn't ultra consistent because of the elevation change that happens while you're drifting. I bet Nintendo never thought going around the totem wind blowing thing would be faster, but here we are. I like watching the Teddy Buggy records and the Mr. Scooty ones. Those are my favorite vehicles to use online. Bitty Buggy is great too, but I'd say it's my 3rd favorite. Alright, we're gonna see the shroomless cut every lap, I'd imagine. And restart the, oh no, a trick off of that. I was 1000% sure, based on all this knowledge I've gained during this video, I was 1000% sure that we were gonna see just a re-jump on the boost panel and then blue main turbo trick, but I'm surprised still. Nice shroomless cut. And probably orange into a double counter hop, blue, snake it up. I could watch these forever. It's just eye candy. Everything is so perfect, and you just learn a lot watching these style of videos. It's just like almost too much to process. Some of the strategies you really have to go into time trials and grind. A little too complicated, especially tracks like Piranha Plant Slide, Wario Stadium. But just like the fundamentals, that's what really stands out. Just seeing the consistency, what works and what doesn't. I hope after this I drive better and I reach 30K sooner. Obviously, online isn't all lines, but it really does matter, especially when you're in first. If your lines are just like 2 seconds better over 3 laps, then that's the difference between you getting blue shelled and triple comboed and you managing to get to the finish line in time on many races. Like 1 or 2 seconds faster per track makes a world of a difference. So I hope I learn a lot watching this. I'm actually able to apply it though. And it always looks like the glider is gonna go out of bounds. I've seen that one before. I remember reacting to that last time. It's super weird. The fact that you don't get counted out, it's kind of like Bangkok Rush. You just fly way off to the side. This is fascinating. We have Baby Daisy, and we have the oldest world record out of all of them. This is Alpaco from the Netherlands. Look at this 800-day world record. This might be the longest world record in the history of this game. I would not be surprised. Definitely one of them. Wow. We are watching true greatness right here. It's very rare to see a record get to this many days, especially so early in the game's life. This game's only been out like 6 years or so, and I mean, I'm really curious. After this, I'm gonna look it up. Is this the oldest world record in history? I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, this thing is over 2 years old. Pretty much every world record has been improved in the last year, and this thing's over 2 years. Gotta love that trimless cut at the end. Main turbos everywhere. We thought we saw a lot of main turbos with Yoshi, Mr. Scooty. This takes it to a whole different level. And yeah, the stringless cut, you're doing that online, you're saving like 2 seconds a lap. This one's also pretty wild. Look at that. Oh my. Yeah, this is perfection. How do you beat this? You don't. So that was not the oldest world record in history. The oldest one was GBA Mario Circuit. Another player from the Netherlands, Sturv TL. Not sure how to say her name. I apologize in advance. But it was a 200cc world record. It lasted exactly 1,000 days. However, this is the oldest current world record. The 150cc Donut Plains 3, 804 days at the time of recording this. So really, really special. It might, if it reaches just like 7 more months, it's gonna take the record for the longest world record in history, which is very impressive, obviously. So that one was the same one we watched last year, but last year was at 450 days or something when we watched it. So that's pretty funny. It's one of the only world records we rewatched today. Low trick. This track, I feel like, is not that popular online, but I really do enjoy it. It's a pretty goofy track, but the ending is so much fun. Like getting a mushroom, or even just doing the stringless cut here at the end. Like, this is gonna be done with the mushroom though. On 200cc, I'm pretty sure it's done stringless, or at least once. I remember just the amount of boost preservation was mind-blowing. And yeah, it's slidey terrain again, but I mean, we still have the bitty buggy. We're not seeing any sort of special wheels for the train or any sort of special vehicle frame. Just seeing a lot of main turbos, and I mean, this part's interesting. It's a very clever way to squeeze out 2 extra main turbos, entering the vortex right there. And then yeah, we're seeing the same thing every lap here. It's gonna get a double trick. Beautiful. And hold to the left and get the trick at the end. End of an era. I mean, there's no inside drift bikes to be found. Hybrid drift, whatever you want to call it. I thought this track for sure would have the world record with, I don't know, the jet bike or the Yoshi bike or whatever it would be. Instead, it's the bitty buggy spamming main turbos. A story as old as Wave 4 itself. This is ridiculous. And I mean, this track, it's not too bad. There's a lot of space between where the wall is and where the inside cars are compared to like Moonview on Mario Kart Wii. So just able to snake up a storm and then use the guard railing to grind against it to get the main turbos out. Gets a little bit of air there, and probably gonna use the glider ramp, I'd imagine. Get a little motion gliding section in. 2-wheeler it for a bit. Orange main turbo into another orange here for sure. Yeah, double counter hop, mini turbo. And okay, so very common if there's nowhere on the level to cut off-road or to cut a gap. It seems like using a mushroom either at the start or at a really long U-turn or spiral section. Those are like the 2 spots we see mushrooms used really consistently across the board. All right, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's no cars anywhere. That was pretty much all like first frames or first couple frames on those main turbo releases. It's probably the closest this player's gotten to hitting the car, but made it look easy, as per usual. I don't imagine to see anything too game breaking on this one, although I always enjoy watching records on this. It's just a beautiful track. Like, sometimes I see those social media posts, it'll be like, if you could live on one Mario Kart track, what would it be? And this is a contender. This would be like one of the top ones you'd want to live at. I mean, look at this place. You got islands all around. Giant red crabs. You got a jungle section. This beginning section looks like Maldives. I mean, what more can you want? This is paradise right here. Anyway, the world record. More of this wall grinding, motion gliding combo. I've seen a lot of this today. I wonder how much time it saves to be able to squeeze out the main turbos with the wall grinding. I think you gotta really perfect it. You can't be hitting the wall at too perpendicular of an angle or you're just gonna lose a lot of speed. You have to know how to just like barely tap it to kind of propel yourself forward. It's very interesting. And here's the mushroom spot. Use the mushroom very early to be able to get another reverse drift to double trick off the ramps. Hold this mini turbo. And that's actually an orange mini turbo. It doesn't look like it because going off the glider, it's a blue, but by the time it releases, it's actually an orange, which is absurd. Very clever way to snake that. It's interesting how they go up for the trick ramp, even though it's out of the way. It really shows how broken blue mini turbo trick combos are in this game. This one looks really fun to time trial, I must say. So it's really satisfying. It's a beautiful track. It plays so well in this game. I don't think the glider ramp is used in this, but I remember when like the game first came out, people were actually using the glider ramp to do this really cool wall shortcut. I don't think it's faster, but I do miss those days. And okay, that was interesting. Orange mini turbo and then a double counter hop into the ramp. No blue mini turbo release into the ramp like we're used to. I guess enough speed preservation with the orange mini turbo to make it worth it. And oh my gosh, going inside. And the key for that shortcut is you want to jump right where the grass line is. So you want to like pretty much fully submerge yourself into the sand portion, and then there's a little elevation change between the sand and the grass. And then right when the grass is coming up, you release your mini turbo and you neutral hop and you'll go over the tires, and it saves so much time. It'll help you massively online. Yeah, as we know, glider, just the way they squeeze out these mini turbos, they go inside there. And then, like this, I would never be able to squeeze that out right there. That's ridiculous. Yeah, this is really fun to watch. I love this track, one of my favorites. Okay. And should be about the same here on lap 3. See if we see anything different. I always go around this. You definitely don't have to do that. That's very precise. It's a lot safer to go around. You're still saving a lot of time, but really impressive, obviously. The last retro track, then we have the originals, the OG New 16, and a mushroom burned at the beginning. Now, just to be clear, I do not plan on time trialing really at all. The motivation for watching all these world records is, first of all, it's really fun. And second of all, a lot of this you can apply to online. Some of these strats, no way. But the general driving, like, it translates. So if you're able to drive like this online, you're gonna save so much time. It's gonna give you way bigger breakaways. Wow, that was really good. And the cool thing is just like in Mario Kart Wii, like the meta combos are pretty much the same ones. Like whether it's Teddy Buggy, Mr. Scooty, Bitty Buggy, these are all the meta combos for this game. Just like for most of the Mario Kart Wii World Records, you see like the Flamer or the Mach Bike. So that makes things really worth it. It's not like there's some super fast combo that has horrible acceleration and handling that's really worth it for time trials that nobody uses online. Like that would make watching these a lot less fun. But because I can download a lot of this and learn and be able to apply this to my racing on my race to 30K to beat Rod and Shortcat, then we have to watch all of it. And I'm gonna probably be watching these again when I'm editing this video. So I'm gonna get this double downloaded and they better watch out. So, I mean, lap 1 is definitely a highlight on this one. The fact that you could trick over the mole and do that shortcut is pretty legit. Yoshi again. Mushroom at the start again. All right, 16 to go. And this is gonna be a fun one. I love this track. It's not the most exciting Rainbow Road, but it's one of the best. It's just really enjoyable to drive. I don't really care for the last corner, but the rest is great. Okay. Purple. The fact you can charge mini turbos in the air is such a great mechanic. Like, that was not a thing in Mario Kart Wii, and I wish it was. That's so satisfying. It's also like being able to leave the ramp with the blue mini turbo and then like land with a purple mini turbo, especially on like Mount Wario. Yeah, that's just ridiculous. Lakitu, not doing your job. I mean, I'm happy about it, but wow. Looked like Yoshi was headed towards planet Earth right there. Jeez. This is a purple. Not an easy one. And then there's an orange, or a purple? I think it's an orange. Oh no, that's probably a purple. That lasted forever. And a little bit of brake drifting there. So one of the other few places where we actually see brick drifting like we did on Music Park. Probably only like 4 or 5 tracks in the entire game use brick drifting for the time trial world records on 150cc. This is so ridiculous looking. Like, what was that? On 200cc, it's even more ridiculous with how, like, if you're in a glider and you're motion gliding and you trick off a regular ramp, how you jolt forward. Like on 200cc, it's just bonkers. Like in this game on 150, it's subtle. Like you can see it, but it's not the same level of insanity. And that is Rainbow Road 158 by Albert. Oh, Yoshi. This time red Yoshi. We don't see too much red Yoshi gameplay. You know what? Even though we see Yoshi every single time, at least it's different colors of Yoshi. It would be so amazing if Nintendo on Wave 6 was like, there's going to be custom skins for every single character in the game. I mean, think about it. For Super Smash Bros, they already do that. It'd be so easy to do it for Mario Kart. I'd imagine. I don't know. Alright, I mean, this will be a fun one. What was that? That was absurd. Oh, you're going to hold the mini turbo there? I didn't even know that existed, and they hit it. This is really impressive. Can't wait to see lap 2 and 3. I'm imagining the left route will be used because of the shortcut. There's like a shortcut you can do where you can like cut a corner with the wavy road. Orange into blue, mini turbo into trick. Seen that a million times today, and here we go. Shortcut time? No shortcut. Okay, maybe it's only 200cc, or maybe we'll see it on lap 3. Is there another bonk? Almost. Oh my gosh! This is one of the craziest glider strats in the game. There's just barely enough room on the sides to be able to use the motion glider like this. So cool. Also right here, it's very important that you release your drift, and then as you're going down the stairs, you want to, you know, delay drift left and have the back of your wheels clip the stairs as you go down, and then you're able to slide and cut that corner really tight. If you don't do that, you're going to go really wide. And world record does it perfectly all 3 laps, obviously. Yeah, there's no shortcut here. They just pixel these corners. 2 wheels on, 2 wheels off. And let's see if they hit the, yeah, they hit the stalactite or stalagmite or whatever it's called twice. Almost 3 times. On lap 2, went between both of them. This is next level right here. That was one of my favorite ones of the day. Oh, I forgot about this track. I was talking about Wario Stadium and Piranha Plant Slide being like the hardest ones in the base game. And then like Ninja Hideaway being one of the hardest in the Booster Course Pass. But this is like top 3 hardest from base game, I would say. People really struggle on this one. And it makes sense. Extremely slidey and bouncy. And it's just kind of an awkward track design. But I love this track. I think it's really good. I hope it gets brought back in a future game. Oh! That is insane. Yeah, these glider strats are really next level on the original tracks. We've seen so many in succession here that have just been mind-blowing. Okay. So pretty much, it's just been a Biddy Buggy takeover. We had more variety before, but now it's just Biddy Buggy 90% of the time. And combining it with the Biddy Buggy, they're pretty much in a mini turbo boost the entire race. Okay, that is never gonna get old. That is a great thumbnail right there. It looks like an ultra shortcut is about to happen, or they're about to fall off, one or the other. Oh, they lost a lot of speed there. I feel like they did it better last lap. Interesting. It's really hard to find any sort of mistake on these runs. You know, it takes like the most minute things when these world records are so perfected at this point. Wow. Masterclass use of the terrain right there. That is like the most difficult section of the level. Made it look easy, and we get treated with this for one more time. I wonder if it's possible to hit the sand geyser and get to the top route. I feel like top route would be like pretty good. Maybe not though, because you're doing the shortcut anyway. Do this to the video if you made it this far. It is nighttime. I've been recording this for so long, I've lost track. Oh, we have the Ink Striker. The Ink Striker is not extinct. This is one of the coolest vehicles in the game. That strat is ridiculous. That is the most broken super bounce in the game. There's quite a few tracks that have mushroom pads. There's nothing quite like that I've seen. We're gonna see it 2 more times. We'll talk about it more next lap. But anyway, Ink Striker, so great to see. So great to see a little bit of diversity. It's been like, it's been so much Bitty Buggy and Mr. Scooty and Teddy Buggy. I wanted to see something different, so I think the last time we saw something different was Donut Plains. Yeah, this is awesome. I'm really surprised to see the Ink Striker. I wonder why. Anyway, this right here, I don't know what is going on, but the very sides of this mushroom, like, look at that. That is not a regular super bounce. It's like every mushroom pad in the game is flat, and then this one is curved, and if you don't hit the top, but you hit the sides, then you just jolt forward as if you were like positioned in the middle. So it just gives you that extra distance for no reason. I don't know if that's really what happens, but that's what it feels like. Also, look at that wall bounce. Bounces off the wall, gets to the middle booster, then gets to the side one, holds it, Purple Mini Turbo, motion glide, bam, shock dodge. Unbelievable. So satisfying. See, that looks normal, and this won't. It's like a jump scare. It catches me off guard. That was weird. Got into like a drift, tricked, switched directions, didn't even get Mini Turbo going off the ramp. So weird. Those are the things that perplex me the most when I watch these world records. Oh my gosh, how'd you even beat this? That is gonna be a problem. How'd you even improve that run, considering you won't be able to do that strat on lap 3 if you're any faster? Oh my, this one is locked up. Ooh, mushroom at the start. And we are off. This is a fan favorite track. I think it's decent. I really like section 1. I don't like the trees. Let's see how the shortcut looks in the cave section. I like the cave section too. Probably not gonna use the ramp, right? Oh, Shroomless plus Purple Mini Turbo. Okay, and a jump. That's awesome. It's like a legit gap jump shortcut now. Oh, restarting the drift so you can boost in the air and get a purple upon landing. And here we have it. That's really smart. That whole section, they are tricking and they're holding to the right, so they can be facing to the left, but they can get the extra, you know, distance change to be able to have enough space to get a Mini Turbo upon landing and just chain together these blue Mini Turbos upon going off all the tricks. The whole cave section is a work of art. Another weird strat. It's so thinking outside the box. Like anywhere you can squeeze in a Mini Turbo, that is what you do. Also, this section is death. I don't get how they make it look so easy. I hit a tree like 90% of the time. That's really clever too. Holding a drift off the first ramp, and the second one is kind of an awkward section of the track, but that actually makes it look not awkward. And here we go, 5 tricks here, yeah. Are we gonna see another motion gliding section? Are we gonna see a Mini Turbo released off this, or is it just gonna be a straight trick? Oh, what am I kidding? Of course it's not gonna be a straight trick. They're gonna motion glide off of it. Snake, snake, early mushroom. Yeah, just like Yoshi Valley. Yeah, that one's awesome. Okay, I don't think we're gonna see that ridiculous 200cc strat on 150. Could be wrong. Been wrong many times. The thing is like the 200cc world records, I'm most shocked and excited about the shortcuts being so big compared to 150, but on 150, I'm just more impressed with the tech skill and the masterful way of maneuvering around the level to use every inch of the track and every single divot and, you know, terrain incline, whatever it may be, to get to the next stage of Mini Turbo. There's just like a level of just squeezing out the perfection that is so apparent and looks incredibly difficult. On 200cc, they go fast and they do big jumps, and I love it. I like 200cc more personally, but watching 150 I think is more fun. Yeah, there's Mini Turboing everywhere. I don't think they've really, they haven't really been using the spin boosters much. I need to watch lap 3 a little more carefully. Oh, just a random blue Mini Turbo there into a purple, okay. No trick off of that, but the Purple Mini Turbo into a blue. And I don't think they use the middle spin boosters because it's on a straightaway. Even though they're in, like right there, let's see. Right here, did they use them? Yeah, they don't even care about them. It's actually better to grind the wall to get an extra Mini Turbo. That is just an insane strat. I'd imagine the vehicle hitbox really affects how much speed you lose when you're grinding a wall while charging main turbo. I'd imagine the Biddy Buggy is better for it because of the prolonged main turbo, especially versus the Teddy Buggy. Yeah, we got 2 motion glider sections per lap. Insane. The Streetle dominates the water tracks. You know, we saw the Streetle on Squeaky Clean Sprint, of course. An incredible world record. Let's see what Dolphin Shoals looks like. Oh, nice low trick. Ignores the little boost you get off the rings. Not worth it because you have to get a full trick. And we're going to the right. I never go this way. Maybe I should be going this way. Okay, you get 2 coins. Let's see what they do on lap 2. And this is where you start shaking your controller a million times. And 5 tricks. Really, really good. I don't think you can do the motion glider for the whole entire section here. Oh, I'm wrong. I'm super wrong. Wow. The 200cc strat works on 150. Let's go. I've never done that on 150. I've done it on 200 with the motion gliding. Double low trick. Nice. Oh my gosh. I've been doing this wrong. I played this track totally wrong. I always go down the middle. I feel like so silly right now, especially something as basic as that. Wait, does everyone go to the right? I feel like people go down the middle. My brain is conflicted. I feel like when I play people, they go down the middle. Let's see what happens lap 3. Oh, what are we kidding? We know they're going to the right again. I mean, it is really cool. You can just float in the water right to the booster. That's got to be really fast. I love the double low trick. That looks difficult. That's very like reminiscent of Mario Kart Wii, like right there. The low tricks are such a big part of Mario Kart Wii. Yeah, this is crazy, and this is super satisfying, laying on the boost pin right there, and then the quintuple trick. 5, 6, 6. Jeez. This is one of the best motion gliding strats in the game. Mario Kart Stadium is also going to be really good. And a blue main turbo finishing in style. Oh my. We have 9 left. My voice should be gone. I don't know how I'm still talking. Like, I need to rest my voice after this for sure. Wow, that was really good. Mushroom here. Hold left the entire time. Get the 2 coins. Oh, changing, going inside. And yeah, just hop onto the glider ramp. I'm curious if anything wild will happen at the end here. Are we gonna get an airplane wing trick? Oh. That was primed for 1. I'm surprised they didn't get it. Maybe just missed it by pixels. I'm not sure. I've seen it before in world records. Okay. This is Sunshine Airport, ladies and gentlemen. People love this track. I think it's alright. There's nothing like that stands out for me. I think it's great theming, but I don't like this section in the air. And I think the ending's boring and wide. Doesn't really do much for me. This part with the crates though, and the conveyor belt, fire. Gotta give credit where credit is due. But yeah, theming is great. It really ties the whole Mario Kart world together. But it's not really an exciting track. It is a nice track where you can play with any vehicle. It's a very easy track. The mushroom spot's probably the hardest part of the level. Orange into purple. Yeah, I don't have too much to say on this one. I have seen some ridiculous 200cc strats, especially for Golden Mushroom with the motion gliding, where you can land like right here. Just when we thought we saw it all, just when there was nothing but Yoshis running rampant on the Nintendo streets, a hero emerges from the ashes. Yersin from, I think, Colombia. I'm not sure about the flag. I think it's Colombia. Using Tanuki Mario, a character we have not seen. I don't even know what characters have the same stats as Tanuki Mario. I can't even remember. I forgot this character even exists, and here it is in a world record. I mean, hey, Mario has no world records, but Tanuki Mario, technically Mario, so Mario does have a world record. This is not Yoshi Kart after all. Mario is not extinct. Just like Funky Kong is not extinct. We had 2 Funky Kong world records today, which I'm very thankful for. No dry bones today. A little bit of a disappointment, but it is what it is. Anyway, love this track. And Teddy Buggy world record. Nice to see another one of those. Quite a few. I think it's probably second most used. It's very close between that and Mr. Scooty. And I'm guessing hopping on the waterfall is like a way to preserve speed, or maybe it's just good not to like have the incline from the waterfall to the booster. You want to like hop onto it. I think it's faster. I don't know. The stringless shortcut is insane. I never do it like that. Like the way I do the stringless cut is I just release an orange mini turbo in the off-road and then power through it to trick. I think it's safer. The way they're doing it looks tough. It reminds me of the Mute City stringless shortcut. Orange. Look at hop, 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 hop. I'm imagining the hopping does something. I think it speeds you up. Why else would they be doing it every single lap? All right. Yeah, I never go top route. Like, this is a really tough strat. I'm not sure if it's a neutral jump or they're jumping to the left, but look how tight this last corner is. Alberto using Birdo, only fitting. Third Birdo world record. Birdo is here, and it is like Birdo never left. I mean, Birdo was actually really popular during, was it Wave 4 release? The only character that got announced. Wave 5 was how many characters? 3, 2? I can't remember. Wave 6 we got the most. I think it was 3 characters for Wave 5. Is there gonna be a shortcut here? No, nothing too crazy. Okay. Yeah, I never snake that section. I wonder how difficult that is. I usually just go straight and I click the jump button a couple times. Also, a purple mini turbo is insane. An orange, squeezing a blue, ridiculous. I'm glad top route is faster. Still can't get over the Dolphin Shoals thing. Like, what? I didn't realize it was for every lap. I thought it was just lap 1 you're supposed to go to the right. Nice. We top route every time. Anything specific here? Nope. What? The varmint? Let's go. Oh, that's awesome. This is one of my favorite vehicles. I didn't realize it had a world record on Toad Harbor of all tracks. Ooh, ooh, oh, top route. Are you kidding? Wait, I've never been up here. There's coins. I'm awake now. Twisted Mansion, not the most interesting track. I'll be nice. This track, on the other hand, this is another one you'd live here if you could. It's up there with Cheap Cheap Beach. This trolley bounce is gonna make my day. You know it's coming. You know it's coming right here. Bam! Oh, it's so satisfying. I wonder how many trolley bounces in this. Probably 2, I'd imagine. Not sure. Oh, didn't even hit the off-road at all. This is mental. This track's really fun. I love this track. This is one I would want to be brought back as a retro. It's the Delfino Square of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. All right. Oh, we're going this way. Cool. Oh, oh! Next level tech right here. Mixing it up. This one's exciting. I mean, I don't really know. Both laps looked entirely differently. Entirely different. I'm losing my mind recording this all day. I'm going to take a nap after this. I cannot believe I'm still awake. I've literally been sitting in front of my computer for like 5 hours doing this. Wow. I'm really curious why the varmint is being used. Are we gonna see 3 trolley bounces? No, there's no trolley in sight. The trolleys got scared. This one's in the way though. Oh, this is just like Cloud Top Cruise. I don't know how this world record can be pushed down anymore. The trolley is in the way. Okay. Simple track. I was thinking maybe we would see a different combo, but yeah, we got the Biddy Buggy. And, oh, getting rid of the mushrooms early. Interesting. Really interesting. Maybe it has something to do with getting to 10 coins earlier, because you're going to reach 10 coins like most of the way through lap 1. I don't know. Oh my gosh, the tree almost ended their life. Like, they got stopped for a second. That was a close call. That was some just like A+ S tier landscaping. Wow, this works. You could do that. You could just hop into the off-road, hop again, wait a second, mushroom. I thought the mushroom was used at the end. This one's so weird. What? I don't get what I'm watching. Maybe on lap 1. I gotta watch this again. Absurd. Anyway, maybe on lap 1 you don't have enough speed because you don't have enough coins to do that strat, so you have to use 2. But like, what? And then lap 3, we're just gonna see them go around. This is so. I would have never predicted this in a million years. Look at this. I mean, we're watching Mario Circuit, one of the oldest tracks, one of the simplest tracks. 2014 track, I mean 2017 I guess, with this mini turbo system, but still, we're being surprised on Mario Circuit of all tracks. It's one of the most surprising ones. This looks fun. That looks fun, I must say. Oh! Is Yoshi okay? We did it. The last cup. Thank you so much for making it to the end. Seriously, it means the world to me. Like, you guys are like 3 hours into this video. I owe you guys everything, seriously. This has been a really fun recording. I gotta think of what to react to next. Like, what should I react to next? Like, please let me know in the comment section. Pick some type of Mario Kart content for me to react to. Mario Kart Wii or Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And if you make it more specific, it'll be easier for me. And I will look into it, because we gotta do more. I don't do that many reaction videos. I only do like a couple a year, so I could definitely ramp things up a little bit. Oh! Oh my! I don't remember it being like that on 150cc last time. We have to see this again. We're gonna get treated the next 2 laps. That is the most extreme example of that tech in the entire video. I'm trying to think of anything even close. I think there might have been something a little bit on Mary Mountain. I don't know. Like there was nothing like that though. Look at this. This right here is mental. And the crazy part is they just get back to safety, and the mushroom, wow, it's used so early. That's gotta save 0.3 to 0.5 a lap, I'd imagine. Maybe a little more. That's, oh, look at this. Look at this. Just anywhere you can snake, you find a way to snake. That is the name of the game for 150cc time trials. Bam, gap jump. Gap jump again. Somehow do a right drift mini turbo. We got Mr. Scooty. It has been a while, and there is a surprise for the very last record. It's a peculiar combo, so stay tuned. We are not done. We still got 3 more tracks. We're just getting started, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get hyped. Wake up. You guys fell asleep during this video. You put this on right before bed. I'm waking you up. Wake up. This is hype. Sweet, Sweet Canyon. All right, we're taking the blue route on lap 1. I always take the pink route. I mean, I think that's the best route online, but did not expect this. All right. Getting the orange out, and then just gonna hop into the cannon for sure. Hold right and down, diagonal, and you know what? There's actually no neutral drifting being done there. That's just a bunch of left and right, back and forth to get the orange mini turbo. I was really expecting some neutral drifting. Okay. Early mushroom. And then landing facing a little towards the left always sets up nicely for a right drift on the last ramp. And yeah, it's looking pretty standard now. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And okay, so blue route lap 1, pink route lap 2 and 3. Obviously, it has to do with the coins, I'd imagine. Can't see any other reason. That was really clean. I just drive straight right there. This is making me want to use Yoshi Scooty online, not gonna lie. This is a 138.995. Vincent, the only player with sub 139 here on Water Park. And as you guys know, I am not too fond of this track, although I'm excited to see what strats are cooking on this ridiculous track. Like, what is this corner? Nintendo just made the longest corner of all time. It's weird too, it's like, it's underwater, then it's above water, then it's underwater, and it's on anti-gravity. Then you go underwater, and then you're going above water, and you're gliding. It's a ridiculous track. They're on the right side of the track, and they're getting a right main turbo out. This is also so different. I do the opposite direction. Holding right, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Purple, more wiggling. There's not really that much neutral drifting on time trials. Maybe some on Shroom Ridge, maybe Mario Circuit, some, but a lot of the tracks there hasn't been that much. Also, this glider strat is not nearly as insane as what I remember on 200cc, where they fly out of the level. It's similar to Mario Circuit, and then they, you know, come back to life at the end. These hops are insane. Like, double hop and then get another drift start in the opposite direction, get the orange main turbo upon landing, and is this 2 purples every single lap? Yeah. Let's see if there's anything extra crazy on lap 3. Still have a mushroom. Oh, yes, yes, this is what we want to see. Let's go. Oh, bonk. Nice. Well, well, well. We made it to the end, and this is your guys' reward. We got the cushion tires. We have Yoshi on the Cat Cruiser. Let's go. What a way to end it. This is going to be fun. And I'm pretty sure last time I reacted to a fake world record when I did the 150cc video, so let's watch the real world record. Bounce, bounce, trick, shroomless. Miss main turbo? No matter. Purple and motion glide like crazy. Yep. Wow. Into the finish line. On 150cc. Yeah, so I guess that one glider makes the cushion tires worth it. Maybe the anti-gravity has something to do with it as well. That's a really satisfying strat. So is this. Love it. And a right main turbo here. Motion gliding is something else. Did Nintendo have any idea of motion gliding's potential? Did they even know it was a potential thing? I don't know. Snaking it up with the cushion tires. This is it. I'm gonna miss you guys. We made it to the end. Got like 10 more seconds left. The helicopter's got the spotlight, trying to figure out the strats. And this is gonna be straight into the finish line. Soaring, soaring, soaring. And just like that, the end.